That boy is
Thank
good.
you.
That boy is good.
Exactly. So wait, Princess, you said they're saying that I'm simping in the comments. How are they saying that I'm simping when I'm saying that what the brother? I don't get that. But anyway, okay. If you saying that a man giving leadership, guidance, and direction is simping, then hey, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. If I'm giving leadership, guidance, and direction, I'm simping.
Really, that's simping. That's literally what a man's supposed to do is lead. That's why they say the man's the leader.
Go ahead, Chucky. Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Shredder. So there's a difference between a good guy and a simp. Okay, a simp is like a yes man to me. Okay, like for instance, Russell and Sierra, they out here preaching that you could be married and be independent, and that's the same shit he's preaching, right? Without even saying it, because it's actually speaking louder than words.
Yes.
So he's doing it just like the rest of these dudes that be out here doing it, and then 5 to 10 years later, because we know it's coming, it's gonna be a divorce. This is a Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, like this. Damn, night. Jada Pinkett.
Don't get distracted. Hey, Nurse Fancy, how you doing, Nurse Fancy?
Hey,
what's up, Christopher J? What's going on, Chris?
She was pretty. Hey, I gotta give it to her.
Hey, listen, man. Oh, we about to mute you because you ain't talking about shit. Hey, listen, hey, Missy T, what's going on? I'm not about to play with you. Listen. This is the thing, right? Yo, Chucky yells crazy. Hey, this is the thing. So, man, Chucky, you made me lose my focus. You are getting unfocused, man. Anyway,
she made me lose my focus. Definition of simp? She was cold.
What's the definition of simp?
Listen, hold on. I'm not calling that man a simp, but from what I've been told, the definition of a simp is a man who does things for the attention. Balls. Hold on, damn it, Chucker. A simp is one who does things for the attention and the affection of a woman, and it's unrequited, meaning that they're doing things for a woman, but she doesn't reciprocate or give the same amount of energy or the same amount of focus or the same amount of things back to him that he's giving to get her attention, to get her focus,
women don't
and get her
respect men like that.
Right?
No woman, no woman worth her salt wants that. He can't protect her. He can't cover her. No.
Exactly.
No. Hell no.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Yo, so I remember. So Empress Carmen, this is the thing. We are not, older people don't care about none of this stuff. The reason why me, Cellulite, myself are saying the things we're saying is for the younger people that's listening who are impressionable by a relationship like this, because they're two attractive people. I heard ladies in the thing talking about how he looks, and then she's an attractive lady, and they're young people and they're doing their thing. So people look at them and they say, oh, well, these are relationship goals. Even though they said there shouldn't be relationship goals, but we don't want younger people aspiring to be singly married. You're not supposed to be married and single at the same damn time. Cornetta, what's going on? How you doing?
Don't that kind of like contradict themselves, or aren't they hypocritical? Say we not relationship goals, but then you made a book about your marriage.
Exactly.
Hey, exactly.
It drives me fucking nuts. Same shit. It drives me nuts,
driving
man.
the F-bomb, Chucky. Yeah, damn.
So I'm sorry. It drives me. Writing the book.
Say what? Yeah, right. The point of dropping the book was to give people inspiration to follow their lead.
Right.
I didn't take it that way. See, I view it as, hey, this is our story. This is what happened with us. But that doesn't necessarily. That's just like Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis wrote a book too, and see, their story was completely different from this couple. So I think it's kind of like there's no one pattern or like template for a marriage.
Derek Jackson wrote a book too. How did that work out?
No. And listen, don't mention that name on here, okay? No one take that dude seriously.
Yeah, it's the same
now
thing.
We don't. Now we don't.
So which leads to the question, and I'm gonna play the video first, and then I'm gonna ask the question. So Christopher J, thank you, man. Christopher J went and got the actual definition, which was very close to what I said. A simp, a man that is willing to do anything for a woman's approval while she puts in minimal to no work, interest into said man. And that's exactly what I said, but in a little different verbiage. But that's exactly what I said. So I know what the definition of a simp is. So no more simps. Simps are ruining America. Let's make America great again and get rid of all
they got purpose though. They got purpose.
What's the purpose?
I think you get called a simp just for
Wait,
putting.
hold on, fam. You gotta let him finish. What's the purpose for the simp? And then
So
you can get into
the purpose of a simp, and I'm not. Yeah, I am shitting on him because fuck him. But at the same time, the purpose.
Y'all no F bombs. Y'all just don't
Oh,
want
my
me to get
bad. My bad.
Y'all ain't
My
hitting
bad.
no cash apps. Ain't y'all want me to get no
I
ass.
apologize. I
Okay, go ahead.
apologize.
Go
It
ahead.
was for
I
the F.
apologize. My bad. But yeah, a simp serve a purpose because they can be a prime example to what women can look at and be like, you know what, that's a man I don't want. Because all right, let's just call it out. Let's just call it for what it is. If you don't have an example of what it is that you don't want, you'll accept anything that comes your way.
That's interesting.
Because anybody can be a lion in sheep's clothing and vice versa. And if you don't know the difference, all you're gonna do is fall for anything. So simps serve a purpose.
Yeah, if you want that woman to be your wife, why not simp for her?
Man, because you can't simp and leave.
Man,
hold on, let me answer the question. Hold on, one more
It
mic.
don't
Let me
matter
answer
because a woman don't know what she wants.
Exactly.
She can say she want Future, but then when she get Future, then she say I don't want Future. I want Russell Wilson. Then she get Russell Wilson.
We
Then I
call
don't want Russell
Wilson a
Wilson no
simp
more.
for what?
Right, because
Yeah,
he's
what?
allowing. Wait, hold on,
He
one
allows
mic.
her to
Let me
act
answer.
as
He's
your own.
allowing his wife to do whatever it is that she wants to do, and as a matter of fact, he's catering and kowtowing to her to let her do whatever she wants to do, and that's going to be the destruction of him and his relationship, and it's going to destroy other little girls and other little boys that's watching, looking up to them. That's why.
I agree.
Correct.
I mean,
He's
Wait,
allowing her
you
to
wouldn't
do
want
her.
your daughter to have a Russell Wilson? How is that destroying anything?
he's
No,
Do you
not a
see a
good
Russell
leader.
Wilson? Did you see how that motherfucker's face look?
Man, why do you gotta keep dropping F-bombs, fam?
Type status.
I apologize again.
Well, when a woman takes on a husband, that's supposed
You
to
gonna have
take the
to hit
place
the
of her
cash out for me,
father.
Trucker
So the
Dale,
stuff
man.
that
Show me
she's
some love,
wearing,
man.
would
I'm
she
gonna show
wear
you
around
some
her
love.
father?
I appreciate it, man.
There's no respect for him. Like she doesn't respect him because again, once you get married and you have your husband, your father's job is not. I don't want to say done, but you are now a wife. You leave out your daddy's house and you're now with your husband. Your husband is now responsible for you. The fact that he allowed, because there's a way to do like the new look, but do it tastefully. It wasn't tasteful what she had on.
No doubt.
And now this is
Right.
also a mother.
And
So
a
that's
woman,
not something that her dad will part. Her father probably like, girl, go back upstairs and put on something else. You ain't leaving my house like that.
a woman
It depends
without
on.
well, hold on real quick. A woman without direction and instruction is headed for destruction. That is just point blank, period.
Yeah,
See, this is the thing. We've seen this before. If you read the Bible, you know what this is. This is Adam and Eve all over again. When you let your woman rule, when you let your woman go astray, she's gonna eat the apple. Then she's gonna try to convince your dumb ass to eat the apple too. And when you eat that apple, then we have the mess that we're in today. Don't do it. Just don't do it, SO. Don't do it.
Correct. What's happening is that Sierra is really acting in her full feminine prerogative without any system, order, and structure. All men see that she's just doing whatever she wants to do, whatever her femininity allows, right? And Russell, as a man, as a leader, is not giving her any system, any order, any structure. He's just allowing her to act in her chaos. And we all know what's going to happen at the end of the road. What's going to happen?
Is that hey, shout out to Sugar Bum. Thank you for the super chat. Sugar Bum said in her terrible terrorist self said, simps make the world go round. Thank you, Sugar Bum, for the super chat. I appreciate it, but I gotta give you this. No, ma'am. Simps make the world a terrible place to live. No,
I almost said something else, but I had to catch myself.
Yeah, thank you for not dropping. Yo, Corey, what up? Wait for that, brother.
Making none of these female panties moist. That's all I'm gonna say.
What's going on, Corey Love? What's good, my brother? What say you? What say you, my brother?
And let's be honest, yo, the simps that y'all talking about get the worst treatment on the planet. Right now, it look good.
Yeah.
Watch what I tell you. Give it another 5 years. I don't even think it's gonna be 5 because when I see Russell in his face, it looked like Will Smith. That's what it looks like real talk. So I'll give it another 3 years.
All hell gonna break loose when
I
you
don't
get
know
that.
how long it's gonna last.
When they get that,
all I know is
Sierra gets that 10-year mark. That 10-year mark is when it's gonna come crashing down.
You know
Also
what's gonna
punch.
happen with all these simps? They're gonna end up dancing on the internet to some crazy ass music. That's what they're gonna do.
Like that. Ari says she once punched the simp. Shout out to you, Ari Nicole. Yo, you
Hey,
crazy.
but
Hey,
let me ask this. Let me ask this question. So
yeah, go ahead,
how
Corey.
with the Deval dude, now they've been together for like almost, you said almost 20 years.
Yeah.
He's talked about his past, you know, athlete, ladies man. He even talked about how he cheated on his wife several times and they married.
Was that what that was? I was trying to find that, Corey. That's what he did, cheat on her, huh?
Yeah,
he did.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought I heard something like that,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find it. Okay, go ahead, fam.
So he's changed his ways or whatever, and he's valuing his wife, he's valuing his relationship, he's valuing his family now. How can we call a man that's just loving on his wife and he's putting his wife up front because they understand, look, this is business. The people that's gonna buy their products is women. When they go on these shows, they going on talk shows with women. Why would he be out front talking to women? You know what I'm saying? So do y'all not think that he's a smart businessman as far as his scripts? He does all of that stuff himself. He writes his scripts, and he's giving the people what they want to see, what they want to buy. Y'all don't think he's doing any of that intentionally, coming from a position of being
That's even worse if he is doing it intentionally.
Right.
Yeah.
Look. Hey, one mic, y'all. Let him finish asking a question. Then we're gonna play the video. Then we're gonna answer this question.
Yeah. How is he a simp? He went from cheating and doing, you know, all of that old stuff, and to now he's presenting this, you know, this perfect family for the world so that they can get paid. Y'all don't think any of that is on purpose?
So that's catering to women.
No,
He's
I
still
think
catering to
there's
women.
a difference
one mic.
between-
Wait, hold on, y'all. We're gonna play the video real quick, and then we're gonna answer Corey's question, and then we're gonna get to it. I appreciate the love, yo. Y'all show some love through the Cash App, $Isreal Millz. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you want to boot somebody in the chat, it's $Isreal Millz, $10 per 5 minutes. If you want to boot somebody off the panel, y'all know what it is. It's $Isreal Millz. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to show some love, or if you want your comments read, it's $Isreal Millz in the Cash App, and I'll read all your comments if you send $20 or more. Okay, so let us go forward and play this clip.
$20 to boot me, Isaiah. $20, bro.
Yeah. If you want to boot Corey Love, I don't know why y'all would want to boot my homeboy Corey Love. Okay, you good. Say you like. All right. Let me go ahead and play this. Hold on. I got you, Ari Nicole. Give me one moment, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip real quick. Let's get.
I still feel though, as the man, I am the leader of my household. Right. But as the leader, that doesn't mean that I just tell everybody what to do. My first responsibility as the leader is to make sure everyone is okay. Right. So I have to be of service to my wife. You see what I'm saying? When you say things like that, I have to be of service to my wife. The trigger word for people is like, oh, he wants to serve his wife, he's a simp. And then you have all the detractors who call you a simp because you, as a leader, want to serve your wife, right? Then there's a woman, if she says, no, I want to serve my husband, they tell her she's submissive, and you're setting women back. In our relationship, and it only works in ours because we've agreed to these power dynamics, I'm the man, I'm the head of the household, I lead. We both make a lot of money. I pay all the bills in the house.
Subtle flex.
Right, it's subtle flex. But because I did make a post, I said, I realized the greatest flex I could ever have is when my wife is kept, but she keeps making money. You see what I'm saying? As the leader, when we both make money, I take care of the family, I take care of our wealth planning, I take care of our legacy building. Whatever money she makes is hers. She can do whatever she wants to do with it. So is she really being submissive and being controlled? No, because she has the opportunity, if she wants to go somewhere else. But me being a leader and being in that position of power is giving her an opportunity to live in a life in a world with full autonomy. She don't have to depend on anybody else, not even me,
or desire anything from somebody.
So when she don't gotta live like that and she can just do whatever she wants, but she still wants to be my wife, that makes me feel good.
All right. Woo, this is gonna be a dope conversation. Hey, yo, whoa, before the fireworks start,
I see disaster.
Before the fireworks start, I want to say shout out to Cam Newton and his podcast. Shout out to Deval Ellis and his wife. Y'all, wish y'all the best. Fair use. Okay, y'all go ahead. I want to hear. I
After
know.
hearing it, it doesn't sound as bad as it was presented.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, hearing it for myself. I don't see. That's not simping. He's not. It's not. I don't see how he's a simp. I don't see it, and I don't see anything wrong with what he said. He said, "Look, I'm the leader. I take care of that. That's my house. But she's able to. She can do her own thing. She has her money. She can. But is she being controlled? Is she being mistreated? No. So how he corrected it. Now that I heard it, there's nothing wrong with what that man said. That's actually a very healthy way to view a relationship.
What? So wait. So let me just ask you a couple of questions. You think that's healthy? Wait, hold on. You think that's healthy for a man to say that everything that the wife makes is her own and she doesn't have to contribute anything? You think that's healthy for a man to say his wife has full autonomy? And in case people don't understand what autonomy is, it means that they're able, like, she's fully able to make whatever decision that she wants on her own accord.
But
That's
he
what
didn't
that
say
means.
that.
No, full
He
autonomy.
said he makes the decisions.
No.
He said he runs
No,
his house.
that's not well. Time out. One mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One mic. Let's go back because that's not what he said.
All right. Okay, I might have misunderstood. Okay, let me hear it.
Specifically, he said that he makes the decision as far as wealth building, as far as legacy, and as far as the finances. That's what he said. He said his wife has full autonomy, and we'll play it back. Check it out.
Well, he said with her money. Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, he said with her little money.
Hey, Christopher J, wave in the back. So
No. Full
Hold on,
autonomy.
I'll play it again, and then let's see. Hey, wave. I might be mistaken. I might have saw that wrong.
Yeah, I could have it wrong.
I might have had it wrong. Hold on, we're gonna play it back real quick. Fair use. Y'all hit the Cash App, so some love in the Cash App, $ Isreal Millz. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna play this one more time just to make sure I didn't hear that wrong. I
still feel though, as the man, I am the leader of my household. Right? But as the leader, that doesn't mean that I just tell everybody what to do. My first responsibility as the leader is to make sure everyone is okay. Right? So I have to be of service to my wife. You see what I'm saying? When you say things like,
okay, nothing wrong with that so far. Let's
I still feel though, as the man, I am the leader of my household. Right? But as the leader, that doesn't mean that I just tell everybody what to do. My first responsibility as the leader is to make sure everyone is okay. Right? So I have to be of service to my wife. You see what I'm saying? When you say things like that, I have to be of service to my wife. The trigger word for people is like, oh, he wants to serve his wife. He's a simp. And then you have all the detractors who call you a simp because you, as a leader, want to serve your wife, right? Then as a woman, if she says, no, I want to serve my husband, they tell her she's submissive and you're setting women back. In our relationship, and it only works in ours because we've agreed to these power dynamics. I'm the man. I'm the head of the household. I lead. We both make a lot of money. I pay all the bills in the house.
Subtle flex.
Right? It's subtle flex. But because I did make a post. I said, I realized the greatest flex I could ever have is when my wife is kept, but she keeps making money. You see what I'm saying? As the leader, when we both make money, I take care of the family, I take care of our wealth planning, I take care of our legacy building. Whatever money she makes is hers. She can do whatever she wants to do with it. So is she really being submissive and being controlled? No, because she has the opportunity, if she wants to go somewhere else. But me being a leader and being in that position of power is giving her an opportunity to live in a life in a world with full autonomy. She don't have to depend on any.
You heard that?
He was on fire.
Wait, hold on. Time out. One mic.
Y'all are missing where he said a kept.
Yeah, I think y'all missed.
I know. No, hold on.
That was very. So you can't miss that. He said she.
Silence. Sorry, it got stuck. The silence got stuck. It got stuck. My bad. All right. One mic.
Kept. That's a very important thing that people need to keep in mind. He said kept, meaning if someone's like, hey, look, she's a kept woman, that means she doesn't want for anything. She's taken care of. She's not working.
We understand
that.
Right,
Lord.
I think what
hold on. But he also said this is what we agreed to. So what he is saying works for them might not work for me or might not work for you all with your spouses. I mean, it's a different. He said that's what works for them. So if it works for them, then who are we to say it's wrong?
Well,
It's
But I
working
think
for them.
I
Go
think
ahead.
he hits the nail on the head.
One
I
mic,
think
one
he
mic.
hits the nail on the head, and a lot of that triggers a lot of men because it has them look at themselves in the mirror. He understands wholeheartedly that women, they do not want their financial contribution to be essential or mandatory to the relationship. He knows that. He knows that women don't want their money to be required for the household, and that she wants a man that is able to carry that load on his own. He is acutely aware of that, not just of her, but of all women. And some men look at that as a challenge to themselves because they know they don't live up to that particular standard. They know that they can't really support the household on their own as the woman would require them to do. So he totally gets how female nature is. He does that and he leaves, and she has no problem submitting to that.
That's
Okay.
like some
Wait,
people have.
hold on.
Oh,
Let
I'm
let's
sorry.
some.
Okay, I'm
Listen,
sorry.
this. All right, y'all. We prioritizing camera. People trying to get up. It makes it for a better show to be on camera. We prioritizing people on camera because people are trying to get up. But just you know what I'm saying. I understand you, B Magic. I got you, B, and I got you. Artichoke. But So my other brother, I need y'all to cam up. Everybody's camming up.
All right, so this is my thing.
Give me
It
2
shouldn't
seconds,
take
yo. Give me 2 seconds.
it shouldn't take money to make your woman kept. Okay, that's why he said kept, because she really don't need me, finance and all this other bullshit. But in reality, it shouldn't take money to have a wife. It shouldn't really take that. Okay, now if he was to lose every goddamn thing and she had to take care of the household for a whole year, she would be gone. Okay, and then number two, to the feminist dude, most dudes do have the ability to take care of their home. The problem is most women want that lifestyle that comes with it. They don't want to sit there and they want this $1 million home and all this other shit instead of taking a home that's worth $200, maybe $300,000.
That's
They
a
want to fucking.
generalization. That's
That ain't no generalization. We see it all the time. Come on, let's be
Let me
real.
jump in, Trucker.
Let's keep it all the way 1,000. You got dudes out here that's making over 100K, and these females are literally laughing at these dudes. You got dudes hold
I was about to
on.
say, is that
You
my
got
shit
some of these
skipping?
dudes. You got dudes out here that's making pretty decent money to take care of their household. They pay all the bills. They ain't asking for their woman to work at all. They let her live her life, this, that, and the third. And they make 70, 80, maybe $90,000, and they laugh at these dudes. So let's keep all the way 1,000. That's not a generalization. Okay.
Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna let y'all get in. One mic. Let me read the super chats. Listen, I saw somebody.
Keep all the way 100.
One second, Trucker. I saw somebody trying to get in the back. Listen, if you want to get in the back, the panel is full right now. You can hit the Cash App, $ Isreal Millz, pay $20 to bring somebody off. And then okay, well, Mr. Black Sheep did, you know what I'm saying? But y'all do it through the Cash App though. Mr. Black Sheep dropped you, Trucker. But y'all gotta do it through the Cash App though, okay? So Trucker is on timeout for 15 minutes. But listen, do it through the Cash App. Hit the Cash App, $ Isreal Millz, if you want to drop somebody down so that you can come up. And then $ Isreal Millz, $ Isreal Millz. I'm gonna read these super chats real fast, y'all, and then we're gonna get back to the topic. I know I hate when people when I send a super chat to someone and they don't read it. All right. So my man Team Fatty, shout out to Team Fatty. Team Fatty in the building. Shout out to Team Fatty, man. Y'all subscribe to Team Fatty. All right. Salute to the panel and to my man Is. Keep doing your thing, brother. Thank you, Fatty. I appreciate that. Shout out to you, fam. Sugar Bum says, what does Sugar Bum say? Ari Nicole first. Ari Nicole says, un-F yourself. Stop simping. No doubt. Thank you, Ari Nicole. Sugar Bum says it's giving jealousy. Shout out to Sugar Bum. All the 99 with it's giving. yo, shout out to my man Jay Jermaine. Jay Jermaine said the real issue is that BM are used to serving black men are used to serving our women we care about. However, black women hate the word submission. That's the absolute truth because they believe black men submit to them. Yo, shout out to you, Jay Jermaine.
That boy is good.
That boy's good. Yo, shout out to you, Jay Jermaine. Yo, you know what it is. You know what you're talking about. And then thank you, Mr. Black Sheep. I do appreciate the super chat. So, with that said, listen, if y'all want to get on the panel and y'all want the boots, you know what I'm saying? Hit the Cash App, $20. Drop the people. Tell me who you want to drop. And then I will let you have the spot. Well, you got to come up quick because I think a few people trying to get on the panel. You got to come up quick. And then
yeah, I'm about to drop down, man. I got a meeting to go to in like 20 minutes. So look, it's always a blast being on the panel. You know, shout out to everybody on the panelists. You know, y'all take good, man, and one love.
All right, salute to you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, salute to them. Nah, but honestly, y'all really don't think you should simp for your wife?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't see it as simping.
Yeah, I don't see it as
simping. Like that's your wife. If there's any woman on this planet you should honor and cherish and do things for, it should be for your wife.
Right.
I was called a simp for giving my wife flowers. How can I simp for giving my wife flowers or taking her out to dinner or buying her anything?
You give up your values and your morals.
You don't think you can be a simp with a wife? You don't think you can be a simp if you're married?
Not if you're a man. Now, if you're a man and you still living by your male nature and you still doing your masculine thing on this planet, how can you simp for your wife?
Everybody's not Russell Wilson. I think that's what. If everyone keeps saying like these dudes are no, there's nothing wrong with a husband being good to his wife. That's not being a simp. A simp is letting your wife walk around half naked and you ain't saying, you just standing there looking with the sad face.
Right. Or running all over you, period. Running all over you, period. Really. Like
or cussing you out in public and you know, tearing your stuff up, like just mouthing all that, and you just a man just sitting there taking it.
I didn't see your super chat, love. Hey, Princess, I didn't see your super chat. Let me see if I can find your super chat, Princess. I did not see it. That's the only reason why I didn't read it, because I didn't see it, love. I see Mr. Black Sheep.
See, everybody don't want to ask the question, why did Sierra have to get with a top paid quarterback that is a simp? There's so many simps out there. Why she couldn't get with just an average simp dude that don't make no money, ain't got no power, ain't got no status, and ain't got nothing going on in the public eye? Why she had to get with that guy? Because he got money.
Well, let's keep in mind the environment she's in too, though. Yeah. She's also a celebrity. Like, it's not like she's, you know, you're walking around the neighborhood and then
he's right. Until that point, with his celebrity status comes exposure, so that she can remain relevant.
Right. All right. So it was all a power play in her perspective.
And one quick second, hey, Princessa, the powerful. Yeah, okay, Princessa. Does anyone have the directions to Simps Are Us? I'm trying to see something. Okay, well, listen, I want to give the people, and then I want Christopher J to be able to get in here. I want to give the people the song. Thank y'all all for your cash apps and your super chat.
It don't matter what the situation. I'm just trying to climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon, you gotta pace it. You can't press rewind, you get left behind. Just grind and the rest be fine. No matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb.
Yo, thank y'all. Hey, go ahead, Christopher J. And then Queen Sanaa is in the building. Thank you for joining us, Queen Sanaa. We appreciate you. That is the progenitor, so to speak, of the music, of some of this music. She's a very talented young lady. But go ahead, Chris J. What's up, family? What say you?
What's going on? So here's the thing. Put Will Smith and Russell Wilson to the side. Those are anomalies of simps who are also married. There's nothing that unless there's some other information that I'm missing, any additional information, He didn't say nothing that qualifies him as a simp. Now, and you go to the title, you brought up Derrick Jackson. See, Derrick Jackson said a couple of things that might lead him to be a simp without the whole situation blowing up in his face due to Tasha K. Otherwise, I never listened to Derrick Jackson. I'm not his target audience, nor is he talking about men like me. But what he's saying in that video to Cam Newton is 100% correct. Now, outside of as a leader, you don't tell people what to do. That's complete bullshit because majority of the consequences of the marriage is going to fall on you. So if I got to bear the lion's share, trust me, you're going to do what I tell you to do when I tell you to do it. And at the same time, I'm going to show acts of servitude as a leader to my wife. See, replace the word servant with servitude just to be a little bit easier on the ears. Other than that, it means the same thing. I can lead from the throne, but eventually the kid's going to have to get off his throne and be amongst the people and make sure his kingdom is still the foundation of the kingdom is hardened and is still standing. So is this brother a simp? I need some more evidence. He didn't say anything that qualifies him as a simp. If so, I would like for someone to challenge me on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna challenge you, but I want to let everybody else get their opinion off. Okay, go ahead, Queen Sanaa. I definitely have challenge to all the things that I've been hearing. Go ahead, Queen Sanaa. What's going on?
Well, I'm with Christopher because what I heard him say was not focused on telling them what to do, not coming from a domineering standpoint, but it sounded like his act of servitude was giving her autonomy. It does not mean, to me, from my perspective, that she's just running amok, wielding the sword, as y'all were saying earlier. It sounds like if she goes too far, he's definitely in the authoritative position to pull her back in. He runs his house, but he still respects that she's an individual woman. She held him down, so she has the capacity to do some things to, keep the fort down, hold the fort down, but still saying, hey, well, babe, okay, you're good. And I'm here. And all right, now, babe, you're going too far. That's it. That's what I'm getting.
Yo, so what I would like for y'all to do is, Chris, because you are the expert in this. If you would put up the definition of, autonomy in the chat room, and I'd like someone else to rock while we get that definition of autonomy, and then I'll go from there. So, anybody else had anything else they wanted to say on this? Little Black Book, you've been quiet for a while. What's going on, Little Black Book? I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Listen, listen, first and foremost, I don't think he's a simp. I think we need to maybe I've got a different context. I've watched a lot more of the videos, and I remember watching that video in its entirety as well. But I think first and foremost, you've got to say, as a leader, you have to look at the different leadership styles. So when he's talking about, I'm not going to tell her what to do, what he means is I don't stay in the autocratic, authoritarian leadership role entire time. It's not beneficial for the duration of a marriage. I have to look at other ways. And that means I give the person autonomy and to do certain things within the relationship. Now he said it more than once. I'm the leader of my household. I think that impression that he was trying to give is make sure, just because I give her autonomy, don't mean she can run amok. Number two, he never said that she didn't contribute towards the household. He just said she has her own money. So we are inferring already something that might not necessarily be there. So her money, she may be putting it back into the family. We do not know, and we don't have that information. And so if you make that conclusion, you're inferring and you're projecting before it's actually been said. You can say it's a suggestion that may be happening, but it's not necessarily that actual situation. Thirdly, I think as well that, I think when you're talking about what he described there, from a Christian perspective, what he described is perfect, because as a leader, you are serving your wife, and ultimately she serves you. If both parties are in a position of servitude, nobody loses out. Right. So I think what happens here is that simping becomes this umbrella word that we like to say when people, and can I be honest with you? A lot of times when people hear things about what Devel's describing, a lot of you are triggered because you're broke. And that's the real. I'm gonna be real with you,
Marco.
All right, because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm just telling you from my perspective. Maybe I'm projecting. When I was broke, a lot of this stuff I'll be triggered. I could be. Yes.
You a hater?
Is you a hater, bro?
He's projecting. Get out of it. I'm gonna bust up in this motherfucker.
When Jesus.
I can't.
I'm sorry. Did he say broke or did he say woke?
He said broke.
He
He
said
said broke.
Get your black ass.
Let me
No,
go back.
hey,
No,
listen,
he's
no,
telling
no,
the truth.
no.
He's
No,
telling
he's
the
not.
truth.
I'm being a
Hey,
bit facetious.
listen.
When I say broke, I don't mean necessarily literally you're literally broke. I'm being a bit more facetious, right?
Like
When you
not
don't earn a
accomplished, like what you should
when you
be.
don't earn a certain amount of money, a lot of times you get
Oh,
triggered by
yeah.
things like this. This is the problem. So when you get money, you'll start to realize some of these arguments that we're having, you wouldn't be having this argument.
Well,
It's a bit
how
like when I
much is
talk to
money?
younger
How much is
people.
money? How much is money?
It depends on it depends on whenever you feel comfortable because
Well,
sometimes
that's what I'm saying. So how much is money?
I don't want to give an example. It depends when you feel
six figures.
comfortable.
It's well over six. It's half $1,000,000 money.
Come on, you
It depends
don't be
when
using
you
those
feel
women.
comfortable.
Don't
Money affects
use.
people.
Nah. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm coming.
No.
Well, bring it. No.
No. Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying that because sometimes your perspective is changed when you get money, right? The way that even as men, if we're honest with ourselves, when you get money, you change your behaviors. And when I say change it, don't mean you become a whole different person. But I'm saying about how freely you are, how freely you interact with money changes. A lot of times, especially in the Black community, we have financial trauma. So when it comes to money, anything that comes to with anything to do with wealth, people get antagonized. The whole body starts shivering. It's like this brother said that she can have her own money. You're now stressed. Why are you stressed about something that is rather descriptive than prescriptive? They didn't say everyone has to live this life. They said that's how I live my life.
So let me answer. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me answer you real quick because I let y'all rock for a long time. I still don't got that damn definition of autonomy, but I'm looking.
It's in the chat.
Hold on. Thank you, Dr. Arissa, for the super chat. I mean, for the Cash App. I appreciate you. I'm gonna play the song in a minute, but I need to see this daggone definition. I don't see it. Hold
It's
on.
in the chat, brother.
How long ago did you put it?
Probably a minute ago.
Okay,
the right or condition of self-government, the capacity of an agent to act in accordance with objective morality rather than under the influence of desires. Objective morality.
Hold on. One mic. I was not even talking. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to get the definition first. So here it is. Here's the answer to your question. First, Little Black Book. The reason why, number one, we're speaking on it, and number one, we have an opinion on it, is like we said before, is because there are young, impressionable minds watching this stuff, right? Young Black people that watch this stuff and they look up to them because, look, for all intents and purposes, they are beautiful people, right? They seem to have their stuff together. They are, by all accounts, successful, and they're doing their thing as young people. So these people are looking at them as if they're supposed to be role models, or looking at them as if they're supposed to be ushering in. Not to mention, they wrote a book. So they're trying to get people to see their relationship, be inspired by relationship, and possibly emulate their relationship and their relationship goals.
See, that's
Hold on,
one
second.
Okay,
one second. Artichoke Hearts. Let me just finish, and then y'all could come back. It's fine. So, with that said, you said something really interesting, Queen Sanaa. His act of servitude is him giving her autonomy. His act of servitude is him giving her autonomy. Not only that, he said himself, she could do whatever she wants to do. He literally said that. She can do whatever she wants to do, and it makes him feel good that with her having this autonomy, with her having the position to do whatever she wants to do, and having the financial means, that she still chooses him. Yo, the question I have for y'all is, what happens when she no longer chooses him?
The definition right there, so objective
All right,
morality
so
rather than under the influence of
y'all.
desires.
Hold on, y'all. Let me talk to Izzy. Here, let me give you an example of that. My wife doesn't have to go to work. She chooses to go to work. My wife doesn't have to go to school. She chooses to go to school. Matter of fact, she got a master's. My wife doesn't have to go on this long, stressful road of entrepreneurship, she's doing that. Because I had to provide a space for her to do that. She could do whatever she wants. As long as she remember that she's a wife first and a mother second, I give her the free space to do whatever. So that means while doing whatever she wants, she knows where she belongs at the end of the day. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
how
a
that.
good point.
That's a beautiful thing, Chris. But I don't know how that defeated anything I just said.
That's a woman who knows her place.
Oh, okay.
A man who knows
So wait, hold
his.
on. I can't wait. Hold on. My man D said we got money to Little Black Book. He dropped Little Black Book for 15 minutes. Little Black Book. Okay. So hold on. My man D said it. Let me let y'all see it. Y'all hit the Cash App though if y'all want to drop people. Drop them in the Cash App. $ Isreal Millz. $ Isreal Millz. But this is for my man D.
No matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb.
Hey yo, look. Okay, so go ahead. Shout out to D. Yo, what's up? What's up, Lee? How you doing, man? Whoever's in the back, if you want to just drop somebody down. You probably want to do like 50 to drop somebody down so that they could be all the way down and then you could come up. But go ahead, Lee. I want Lee to be able to get in here. What's going on here? Oh, Lee, what? Never mind, Lee. I don't know what the hell you got going on. I'm gonna drop you down to you sit your ass down.
What works in their marriage? What works in their marriage and what they're talking about in their marriage works for them. The dangerous aspect of it is that when it comes down to using words like autonomy and all this, that, and the other, that does not work in relationships. What works in relationships does not work in marriages and vice versa. Now, if that is something that they can agree to, or that's something that they can communicate about, then that's something that they do in their marriage. It's just that when people take these vices, or I'm sorry, not vices, when people take these viewpoints and they try to use it in their relationship to justify the fucked up actions that they do, and then you got this. I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about the simp ass dudes. When you got the simp ass dudes who say like, yeah, I'll let my wife do anything. All right, cool. So your wife got an OnlyFans and she's on there with 5 dudes at one time. So that's okay.
No,
so that's okay.
I think that's
No, I mean, she has autonomy. That's not autonomy.
Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish, y'all. Let him finish. Go ahead.
That's not autonomy. I mean, if we're gonna break it down the middle, let's break it down the middle. As long as if what y'all agree to y'all marriage, if what works for y'all marriage, I don't think people should be telling other people what works for them in their marriage unless you're talking to other married people who may be having a problem. When you're saying this to single people, oh yeah, my wife got an OnlyFans and she got over 45,000 subscribers. Oh really? What is your wife doing on OnlyFans? Oh, you know, she participate in selected parties with selected groups, and I'm fully okay with it. You a simp. You simping. That does not work. That is not acceptable.
That's not what the brother's saying.
That's not what he said. Yeah,
I don't think he's saying that.
What I'm saying is when it comes to autonomy, whatever rules or things that they agree to in their marriage is what works for them. When it comes to autonomy, though, there has to be. I can't remember which one of y'all said. I wasn't looking at the screen. When it comes to autonomy, I understand. No one person can control another person. I don't care how much you try. We can barely control ourselves. So what business do we got trying to control someone else? But it's all about what you accept. If you accept bad behavior to go unchecked, then you simping.
But
I don't care which way.
Did you all see the definition though? It didn't say that bad behavior was acceptable. Matter of fact, it said it's not. It's like you going off of the moral thing the correct thing to do, as opposed to your own wants, your own personal desires. So I think you're like the definition, like the definition matters. So when he said autonomy, so when he said that, now do y'all really think he's saying, yeah, you know, I don't care, she can be out there smashing dudes?
No, he's not.
So
no, he's
he
not saying
used the
that,
proper word when he said, no, I let her have she has autonomy. Like she's a kept woman, but she's also able to do. I'm not. Like look at the definition. What he said is correct.
Hey, Isaiah, if you leaving, Isaiah Jr., if you're leaving, you don't have to claim, tell us you're out. You could just leave. We don't, you know what I'm saying? You could just leave. And this is what we have to say. This is what we have to say when you leave. You don't have to announce it, but
it's best if you leave. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Seconds later.
So let me ask everybody a question, a real one. And this goes for the women too.
I think Queen didn't get a chance to say anything. She really has.
Yes, I'm gonna answer
sorry,
first,
go
and then I gotta hop off for a meeting. Go ahead.
How many of y'all ever asked a 17-year-old girl how much do her husband have to make?
I've asked that
What
question.
age?
What? I'm sorry. Could you ask
17.
that again?
I've asked that question.
17.
I've
And
asked that.
the 17-year-old that I asked that question.
How much
She
did they
said
say?
50,000. She said 50. To her, that is a significant amount of money, and for her, she also intended to contribute to the household. So to me, that made sense. And I also agree that what works for people, and everybody else doesn't have to use that as a blueprint. It doesn't even make sense to try to mimic what other people are doing.
Right.
Hey, let me.
But
Hey,
see,
Rilla,
that's the
hold
thing,
on,
though.
real quick. Hey, yo, Chicago Rilla, and anybody else who's trying to get on the panel, if you want to boot somebody off, y'all can boot somebody off for $20 or $50. Boot them off, and then you could take their spot. Just tell me who you want to boot off. And come up.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to get off Chicago Rilla, but I just wanted to say this. I get what y'all saying, but this is the thing. Y'all see what's going on out here. With even is when one lady came on here and said, "Yo, I got high schoolers or even middle schoolers watching y'all have conversations." That's why he been on our butts about cuss words, right? So when you got dudes that doing this bull crap that these men are doing, and these young men that's in there saying, "Yo, I need to make sure I do the same thing. I'm just gonna let my wife go on a red carpet, butt naked, all in all, you know what I'm saying? It'll be okay." Right? And you got one that said 50,000. I heard a 17-year-old tell me that they have to make $230,000. But that's not just one. I asked the whole class. The minimum I heard was 110,000.
Inflation.
So we can't sit here and ignore the fact that, yes, what he's saying and what they doing that works for them, that it doesn't have an influence, because we see what's going on with this. Every time you turn around, you hear, "I want to Russell, I want to Russell, I want to Russell." But then when you get you a Russell, when they get a Russell, okay, they go cheat with Future. Right?
Well, with all due respect, it is not their responsibility to raise our children. That is for us to do. So we can't expect
Right.
this is an author. Like, these are authors. They're talking. And again, this is a married couple.
Lord
So
have
we
mercy.
can't expect. No, because we
You
put too
did.
much
Did
faith
you? Okay,
into.
that's.
Wait
What
a
you mean?
minute.
We
Hold
took
on.
to. I just sat here saying
I didn't
people
say
have
we agree.
influence
Sir,
outside
let me
of the
finish. Sir,
parents.
please let
One
me
mic.
finish.
Let her finish.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
No, I didn't say that you tend to agree.
And
I'm not.
then y'all
We
let Lee
clearly we
speak. Lee haven't
disagree.
said nothing.
But I'm just saying, again, that's our fault then. If we allow rappers and celebrities, then there's too much worship on celebrities. We need to, our children are our
Hey, Granville, wave in the
responsibility.
back.
It's not these people. They're talking about and again, keep in mind, they're talking about a marriage. When Queen says she was speaking to a 17-year-old, do you understand that she's preparing that girl, her having that conversation, she's preparing that young lady to be a wife. So
Okay,
you can't
and I
compare.
respect
Wait,
that,
hold
but
on. So you can't compare, because listen, not everybody is going to hear the message. Unfortunately, some, and I'm sure
exactly.
we've all gone to school with people or grown up with folks that just didn't get the message or just wouldn't listen, and they're no longer with us, or they're in bad situations. Unfortunately, that's part of life.
So you know what I see? I see this generation as a boomer generation. Cause it's the same thing. Yo, I know people that got 2-parent households who've been married for 40 years, and their kids get out here and try to mimic the same bullcrap that's on the streets.
That's on them then.
And I'm talking about, and I'm talking about very wealthy people that made sure that their kids went to the best schools in the whole 9 yards. Okay,
And the parents,
so let's not
wrong somewhere. The parents
but
dropped the
hold
ball
on, but
somewhere.
no, the parents didn't go wrong somewhere. The point
They
is
did.
that listen, they didn't follow in the same footsteps. It's the same thing the
That's an
boomers
excuse
did.
for everything. This is getting. I mean,
Nah,
like bad
truckers.
behavior is
No,
bad
hold up.
behavior.
Are you
It's
saying
the
it's more
same.
by
It's the same
by
thing.
the
You either
DP
Bad
choose.
posting it?
behavior is bad behavior, and it needs to be called out. I don't care
Okay,
if
so if
someone
it's
only
exactly.
as a parent, there's only so long you at a certain point, the path that your child takes, that's what they chose. I did my job. My daughter's father, we did what we were supposed to do.
Okay.
We worked our asses off. She didn't want she's never wanted for anything. And we also made sure she conducts herself as a young lady. Okay. Now, if she decides
Mm-hmm.
at 18, 19, she want to do
Mm-hmm.
OnlyFans, that kind of stuff, she getting the hell up out of this house. That's something, because she didn't learn that from us. We didn't teach her that.
Okay.
Okay,
So let me ask
that
you a
is something
question.
she did. Okay, so I'm
So
having a
the
hard
boomers
time
didn't do the
with
same
things
thing?
being blamed on adults.
Hold up, the
If
boomers didn't do
people,
the same thing?
what do you mean? I'm not understanding.
Didn't most of
What
the
is your
boomers have
point?
two-parent house? Hold on. Didn't most of the boomers have two-parent
So
households?
are you
But because
encouraging
they
single
saw,
parent households? Is that what
hold
you're
on, let me
encouraging?
finish.
Single
Let me
parent
finish what
households?
I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm
One mic,
saying.
let him
Okay, I'm
finish.
sorry.
Let him finish.
I
Go ahead,
apologize.
Okay.
Tucker.
So I say it again. Boomers had the same thing. They had two of the dopest, one of the greatest generation of parents, right? But because they didn't want to follow the same footsteps or do what a woman is supposed to do, or
Go ahead, Tucker. My bad. She left. I just wanted to send her out right quick.
no. So again, boomers is doing the same exact thing. That's how I'm looking at. I'm looking at the generation the same thing. They had two of the best parents in the world, or these type of people, and because they don't want to follow in the same footsteps, they're here acting fucking reckless. Okay, reckless. So like, let's be honest, yo. Like these females is following these fucking celebrities for a reason.
Yeah, but I
They
wait,
doing it.
hold on, y'all. Let Lee get in there. He hasn't said nothing. Go ahead, Lee. I want Lee.
Lee, if you start with this Mother God, Mother Earth, I swear to God, I'm gonna
Well,
boot
hold
you
on. Well,
off
you
for
listen.
2
Y'all
months.
can pay.
2
Y'all
months.
can pay to drop people. But go ahead. Go ahead, Lee.
Yo, shout out to Iz, shout out to the channel, shout out to everybody on the panel, shout out to everybody in the chat. You feel me? I just wanted to say, man, the more I listen to these conversations, I'm starting to see that it's just really about the conservatives and the non-conservatives, right? The conservatives and the non-conservatives, the people that, and then on these panels, I see that a lot of the people on these panels are conservatives, right? People that believe like, going out and doing crazy things like, having threesomes or being on OnlyFans. That's crazy. But Trucker Yell said the word for those people. They free spirited. There's two different people in this world. There's the ones that kind of hold close to, the law, the Bible, how things supposed to be, their image out in society. And then there's people that just don't give a fuck. They just really don't. And ain't no way we could contain them or get them to change. It's always going to be people like that. Like, I'm in Miami. I go to South Beach and I got Shorty pulling up on me, talking to me while her husband right there. You know what I mean? And then I'm seeing like, damn, they trying to do some weird shit. And this has happened multiple times. And me trying to explain to them, yo, this ain't what y'all should be doing. Y'all need to, like, this is wrong. This ain't gonna never work. And I see that sometimes I see younger couples, sometimes I see older couples. And I've been in situations where I ask them, like, yo, how long y'all been together? In 2 different situations, it was 10 years and it was 7 years. And they seemed happy. Now, is this my cup of tea? No. But, and the woman is cool with it, what could I say? From the outside looking at it, they both happy, even though it's not my cup of tea. So again, it's about the conservatives and the non-conservatives. That's all I gotta say.
Huh?
Yeah, that was a waste of energy that you said all that, but okay.
Yeah, I need 20 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right,
Shit, Lee, I support you, dog. I understood everything you said, dog.
Hey, what up?
Granville, I swear to God, if you
what
start
you
that
gonna say?
sipping shit, I'm gonna boot your ass for 2 months.
Man, look here. You niggas ain't gonna boot me. Y'all ain't got the unmitigated gall to boot me. Y'all don't want no smoke with me.
Oh
What?
wow. Okay.
Oh, so you
He said
want to
don't
get
want
on
no
some
money
gang?
smoke with him.
You want to
He
get
said
on
you
some
don't want-
gangster?
Hey, look, Poppy Incel
Look.
got it. He said you don't want it with him.
Okay.
So you don't
All
want
You
right.
don't want no motherfucking smoke.
Hey, now I know the Trucker Gill
All
has
right,
dropped the
Griffin.
bag before. I know he's dropped the bag
All
on
right.
All right,
people
yeah, I'm
before.
sorry. Yeah, don't
Dollar
kick me.
sign
All right.
I
Israel Mills is all
apologize.
y'all
All
gotta
right.
do.
I
Dollar sign
apologize.
Israel
Yeah, don't
Mills.
kick me.
I'm
Don't kick
getting
me.
off, but
Yeah.
yo, fellas, be men, young ones, stay men. Don't fall into this female bull BS. Don't fall into it. All right.
You
There's a
Salute
might
to
be
you,
difference
picking
Trucker.
the
between
wrong
Appreciate
women.
you, man.
giving. There's no difference between being
Sound like a personal
giving
problem.
credit to your wife and being a simp, pedestal. All that shit don't work. All right, ladies, be ladies.
See
Don't
ya.
be HOEs out here. Love
304
y'all
is lit. I
later.
appreciate you,
Wait,
man.
talking about who up here being a simp?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
don't know.
yet. Hey yo,
I'm
That
blindsided.
word
I'm
just get thrown
blindsided. Which one of
around too
y'all
much for
simping
me,
up here?
man.
Somebody hurt that brother.
but
Man,
hold
he
on,
ain't messing with
wait.
me.
So my
Ain't nobody hurt, yeah.
hold on, one mic. My man RPT Tipsy Nomad said Israel. It's the women's fault. I've been a witness of it for 3 generations coming from Jamaica. Hey, listen, I'm not saying you wrong, brother. I'm not saying you wrong. Earlier, Venus made an interesting comment, and she was saying just because people got money does not mean that they're good parents. But my brother, Little Black Book waited for a long time. He got kicked off for 15 minutes. So Little Black Book, I know you want to cook. Go ahead and get in there. And then my brother Corey Love haven't said much. You know what I'm saying? Corey Love ain't got to say much. So let my man Black Book cook, and then Corey Love, and then we'll open it back up. Go ahead, Black Book.
Well, I mean, first of all, I'll address the comment that the gentleman made about women's fault. I believe men are leaders, right? So I think we can all agree men are called leaders. So if the community starts failing and women are coming out of pocket, that's not women's fault. That's your fault, and that's my fault. You can't blame this. You can't blame the people that you're meant to be leading. If that's a failed leadership. So if we need to stop that straight away, yeah, that's the first thing. Second thing, he said about boomers and how we have 2-parent households. What people don't realize is, from a psychological point of view, is if you can take care of people on a putting food in their tummy and putting a roof over their head and putting clothes on their back, like my African parents were always telling me, but don't suffice in the emotional care. It don't matter how great you are as a 2-parent household in terms of providing. There is another aspect to a human being: emotions. And all of us act out of emotions. Whether you're a man or whether you're a woman, you act out of emotions. I know a lot of people like to say that men don't act out of emotions, but anger, fear, happiness, joy, despair, whatever, these are all emotions. And when you act out of them, that is a normal human being function. So we're in a society right now, and we're talking about this situation, coming back to the original topic, which is, are we talking about DeVale Ellis? And I was saying earlier on that the reason these people get triggered too easily when they see things like DeVale Ellis, like our brother was just saying that we got young people looking up to these people. Well, the Bible tells us that, train a child in the way to go and he will not depart from it. When you go into the military, they train you to be a specific way, and that sticks with you. Anybody who's going to the military, when I've listened to them, they've told me, listen, that sticks with you. Even when you come out of the army, out of the military, that training sticks with you. So if kids are looking up to these celebrities, I'm asking you, what did you do as a parent? You can't take off the accountability from yourself and go, well, the world's just so messed up and the celebrities are doing whatever they want and kids are just following them. Well, then what did you teach them?
Let's in America. Well, first I want to shout out to Island Girl Q. Shout out to you. How you doing, Island Girl Q? Shout out to Red Scorpio. Shout out to you. Listen, I have a little pushback with you, Little Black Book, with that, because in America, no matter how good the parents is, and that's what he was trying to get to, no matter how good your parents are, and that's where he was giving the example of the boomer generation. The boomer generation, the silent generation, was their parents. They had great, wonderful parents, but a lot of them turned out to be pieces of shit. And the reason why they turned out, hold on. And the reason why they ended up being pieces of shit was because of television. You know what I'm saying? That's when television started getting good and started getting big. And so they was the first generation that had television, and they was watching it, and they was being influenced because it's called programming for a reason, right? It's called programming for a reason. We can't lie about that or believe that it's not. So this programming programs people's minds, and it makes people act in ways that they might not normally act if they don't partake in it as much as they did. So by partaking in it so much, it had negative effects on their minds, and we can see it. There was a generation of free love. There was a generation of drug abuse. There was a generation of sexual exploitation and sexual freeness. We saw it. Now, we got social media, right? And I'm on social media. I'm a content creator right now. So hey, listen, I'm not totally mad at it. At the same time, if I have $5 for every time that every person that loved me told me, hey, listen, you know, you have a platform, you know, you need to be responsible, you know, you need to be conscious of what you're saying, you know, because people are watching, you're influencing people. If I have $5 for every time someone that knows me and love me say that, then I'll be rich right now, because they understand the power of social media and the power of influence that it has on young, impressionable minds, no matter who your parents are or how great your parents are. Social media and the TV at that time have a huge, profound effect on the psyche of young, impressionable minds. And to acknowledge anything less or to say anything less is irresponsible.
Can I push back on that? Because
Yes,
what we're talking about is programming, right? Programming.
Absolutely.
Well, the first programming you're going to get is from your parents. The reason why the programming works so well on television is because often the programming that the young kid has is missing a lot of channels. This is the problem that we have. When I talk to people about, when I coach people as well, right? So when I talk to people about why they are the way they are now, every single person without a fail, we take it straight back to where? Childhood. See, a lot of times, I keep saying it, sometimes we look at parenthood as just, well, you provided for your kids. And I'm saying to you, no, when we talk about when it comes to how kids are programmed, what did you institute in that child? Now, I'm not saying that child won't make mistakes. When it makes mistakes and it realizes it's wrong, what does it do? It goes back to its original programming. The reason why the society is messed up as it is because the programming that we've been giving these kids are not effective. You've not been giving them effective programming. So when they're looking back for, I've gone wrong, what programming should I go back to that's going to make me feel safe? The program you've given them is insufficient. And that's the problem. So when you talk about TV exploits all the chinks in the armor of your programming. That's what it does.
So I got some pushback for that. What's the percentage of kids that watch YouTube?
I don't know. Do you know?
90,
A lot,
98%.
probably high 90s.
It's a lot, right?
High 90s,
yeah. High 90s, right? What's the percentage of grown folks that watch YouTube? Oh, I'm sorry, that watch YouTube.
High 90s.
High 90s, right?
Yeah. Or some sort of social media, right? Some form of social media.
What if you take out what we're talking about right now, right? What's mainly being shown not just on TV but on YouTube or on TikTok?
Highly sexualized individuals, highly exploitative women showing themselves and revealing themselves.
Right.
That's your algorithm.
It's Instagram too, right?
Nah, it's not just my algorithm.
Instagram.
It's not just my algorithm.
It's all that, right?
But hasn't that always been a part of society? Women.
No, it has not. No, it has not. No, it has not.
It hasn't.
No.
It has, but not our society. Yes,
no, it hasn't. Not in America. No, it hasn't. Wait, hold on.
Yes,
no, it hasn't.
No, it has not.
One mic. No, it has not. Hold on. Let me substantiate that argument. No, it has not. Okay, so Lee, in the 50s and the 60s, if you watch TV from the 40s, like I used to be a person that liked black and white programs, right? I like that stuff. I like white people TV, really. And you would notice that they didn't even sleep it was an era on TV where they didn't even sleep in the same bed. They would have twin beds. One parent would sleep on one bed and one parent would sleep on the other bed. They didn't do any forms of PDA at all. Hold on, let me answer. What I'm saying is, on television, there was a time where they didn't even sleep in the same bed. They was not doing any PDA on TV, on regular TV. They were not, and that's a fact. So go ahead.
Okay.
So hold on. So think about this.
Wait, hold on, Chuck, and let him ask what he was going to ask, and then you can finish your point.
Just trying to understand, right? Back in the day, the 60s, like you said, the most prolific female deleter was created, right?
Who's that?
Samuel Little killed over 100 women, preferably black women. So when we sit here and we say that,
how is that female prolific leader?
That's being exploited. And just let me get to my point. No, I said he's the most prolific woman deleter. That's what I said. You heard me?
Okay, I heard you now. Okay, I didn't hear you first.
No, that's cool. He drew pictures of the women that he deleted, and they couldn't even figure out what was going on because of no cameras. DNA wasn't even popping like that. This right here alone leads, and he was black as well, just so y'all know. This kind of alone, and then he would tell his story, just to give a little bit more validity. He would tell his story as like, yo, I would go after them because they were I know that no one would worry about them.
He went after prostitutes, and drug addicts. So he kind of figured that ain't no one looking for them. They're part of the street.
It wasn't just them though. It wasn't just them. He went at
But you gotta land this way. Well, hold on. Let one mic. Let Lee land this plane because I'm trying to understand where you going with this, Lee. I'm confused. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, like, to say, like, yo, back then it was less observation. Back then it was less ways of capturing somebody. If somebody did something, the only way somebody would find out, the only way is if somebody was there. That's it.
How does that pertain to the point that we was making?
Fast forward to 2023.
Okay.
How are women more exploited than back then? If now they have they have a lot more ways of feeling more protected in society.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Trucker. Hold on. No. So that's very simple. They're exploiting themselves. I mean, what I mean by exploiting themselves is they're putting like they accuse that one YouTuber, which I'll remain anonymous, but Fatty did a show about last night that was a stripper, a sweeper, as Fatty put it. Team Fatty, shout out to Team Fatty. They are exploiting themselves. They are putting themselves up for money. They are putting themselves up for views. They are putting themselves up for clicks. They are putting themselves up for likes. They are putting themselves up for OnlyFans. They are putting themselves up for money. That's an easy answer right there. That's not even rocket science. You don't even need to be intelligent to answer that question.
Okay. So at one point, we were putting them up, right, for different type of prizes and things like that. Because if you go back, bro,
not in the 50s and 60s though, not in the 40s, 50s, and 60s though.
Yeah, what are you talking about, man?
So that's what I'm telling you. Not in the 40s, 50s, because you said it always been like that. And wait, hold on. You said it's always been like that, and our succinct retort was, no, it has not. And we pointed out to you an era in time in television and broadcasting where it was absolutely not like that. Now, has it got progressively worse over the years? Absolutely. But there was a succinct period of time where they would not allow anything even close to that to be broadcast over the airwaves.
Oh, well, if you're talking about if you're talking about being broadcasted over the internet,
not the internet. I said over the airwaves because the internet is a new, fairly new invention. Go ahead.
No, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is this: just because it wasn't over the internet, where it was more of a hold religiously on America, doesn't mean that women weren't being exploited. That's what I'm saying.
A woman has to exploit herself first.
Right.
Can't nobody exploit a woman unless it's by force, and that just wasn't happening. Not in America.
Right, and not on television back then. It was not on television back then. It wasn't. Trucker Yo was talking, so I'm gonna let Trucker Yo.
I never said it was on television.
And then go ahead, Artichoke. You go after that. Go ahead.
So this is my thing. So what does that say about the abortion rate from 1970 to now that deleted? I don't know, 20 million? And then on top of that, I mean, like Ed said, most of these women is exploiting their own self. I mean, think about it, bro. You got women that's fucking they coming out with the freak meat, right? You got older women sitting like, oh my God, I pray to God that my kids don't see it. Because so that's just an example, bro. Like, we can't sit here and say that they ain't been.
Okay, hold on. We gotta let Artichoke get in here, and then we're gonna bring it back around. Go ahead, Artichoke.
Say that they're not exploiting themselves. They're exploiting men. They're exploiting men. They're not exploiting.
Do you know the definition of an exploitation?
Yeah,
bro. You must not know the definition of exploitation. But let Artichoke get in here first.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Artichoke. Go ahead.
So when I was saying that that type of behavior has always been around, it has from the beginning of time. It's literally in the Bible. This is nothing new. I will say this: a lot of this stuff, the way that's why they said, "Do not be of the world." This stuff that's going on was predicted. At the same time, as far as women objectifying themselves, yes, a lot of them do. A lot of them do. At the same time, that doesn't mean that it's okay for. Okay, so for men who are engaging in that behavior, you're actually a whoremonger. So the man would be wrong too. So we can't keep saying who's right. Oh, the women wrong. It's the women. It's the both parties. Because you both engage in whoredom.
Well, this is the difference, though. This is the different, Artichoke, and I would like to offer this as a thesis. This is the difference. So the difference is that, number one, yes, you're right, that prostitution and the like has always been around. However, that has been looked at as a pariah, or you was a pariah in society, or you was a scourge of society, or you was on the outskirts of society. That was not an accepted or a pedestalized behavior. What has happened is, unfortunately, throughout the annals of time, up into recent times, that behavior is now celebrated and pedestalized and is normalized and made it seem as if that kind of behavior is okay.
I do agree.
So that is what the difference. That's what the
that
major
happened with women's liberation.
Right. And so
that's what I was
wait, hold on, time out, one mic, and that's why I was trying to bring my point to.
Yeah, I do agree.
That is why a lot of brothers say it was women. To answer your question, my brother in the chat, that you were saying, I was not agreeing with Little Black Book in the sense of women don't have an accountability and women don't have a part to play, because they do, because of that feminist movement and the feminist position. This is how we are in the position that we're in with this whole thing with women. And this is the blame that a lot of brothers put on women's plate because of that. So just to clarify,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it should be full control? Do you think that there should be, everybody should think the same, as a means of everybody should just have sex for having babies and then have a family? Everyone should do this, right? Do you think everybody should just be able to just have 3 kids and just keep it moving? Do you? So basically what I'm asking you is, do you think what China is doing, where China basically says you can only have 1 kid, 2 kids, because we're running out of food and we're fucking up our ozone layer?
Why y'all keep dropping up the F-bomb, y'all?
My bad.
Y'all could talk without dropping the F-bomb. That's a hard curse word, brother.
Hey,
all this cursing y'all doing. Hit the cash app. Show your love. Hold on, trucker, because you ain't hit my cash app yet today. Hit the cash app.
I got you. I'm gonna hit you. I was
Isreal Millz for all this F-bomb cursing and all this cursing. Go ahead, fam. Go ahead.
I was just trying to say the lead.
Trucker, I cut him off. Let Lee finish his point, though. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that the Young Bucks is watching. That's why he been on us about that, Lee.
Yeah.
So
go ahead. I'm just trying to limit the F-bombs. I say words too, but I try to limit the F-bombs. But go ahead, Lee.
Well, no, I feel you. My bad. But I'm just saying, like, should it just be complete control? Should we all just have babies, as many babies as we want? Because, let's say if everybody does exactly what you said, and everybody making money, all the men are taking care of the women, and then they all start having 4 babies each. Do you think that would make everybody happy? Or do you feel like there's a genetic in a person's mind where they want to let loose, and those type of people just exist?
You an emotional ass dude.
Lord Jesus.
Don't attack B Magic. B Magic.
I can see you a real one. I can see you a real dude. So I appreciate you.
Go ahead, B Magic. Though, Cook. Go ahead, B Magic. Go say what you.
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about here? Because let's be real. The reality is, everybody, all these women in the whole United States is not walking around with their breast out. What old boy was talking about as the programming of family, that still exists. That still exists. Now, what is portrayed in the media and what is portrayed in the social media and all this other stuff, that's one aspect, and it has a power. But if your family structure is straight, there will be no weaknesses.
Well, hold on. Yo, shout out to Rogue Sage. Yo, Rogue Sage, salute to you, the progenitor of the Ismailites. Yo, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that. You and Tavares, man. Thank you for the Cash App, man. I appreciate the Cash App. I appreciate the love, family. Let me give my brother the song. Let me give my people the song.
No matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you, Rogue Sage.
That's why it's important for us to go back to family structure, man. Because that's the power right there. That's the real power, is having a good family. You got a good
really
family. It's hard for things to come in. It's hard for the devil to come in and knock it down.
And
So
to
what's
the
being
gentleman,
promoted
can I
about
answer?
family today?
Wait, hold on. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no. You go ahead. You go ahead,
I'm
miss.
sorry.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just for the gentleman. I'm sorry. Who was with the black shirt? You were speaking.
Yeah, that's that. You talking about?
Oh.
Are you talking to Trucker, the one with the headset, or the one that's on cam?
No, he said black shirt.
Okay.
Said black
Oh,
shirt.
B Magic. You talking about
Yes.
Lee
No, not
above
be
you?
magic.
Lee.
No,
Okay.
yeah, above me.
In the
Yes.
corner at the top.
So to answer your question, if you need to answer, because I don't mean to keep talking about the Bible, because Lord knows, listen, everybody falls short of the glory. There's 613 commandments, and trust me, I've probably broken half of them. So there's no judgment here. But to answer your question, that is why the Apostle Paul said, if one cannot remain celibate, then one should get married. Meaning, if you can't, don't listen. If you can't control yourself, then get a wife. That answers that question as far as families are concerned. Now, whether or not you want to have children, that's something different. That would be for you and your spouse to decide. But as far as just giving yourself away to any, that's not really normal. I mean, as far as it's definitely not normal for women. Men, a little, it's a little different for y'all, and you guys are built that way. Actually, I mean, it's kind of that is why there are more women than it is men, because it's supposed to be, you're supposed to have as many children as possible. Really, men are supposed to be
I
fruitful
think
and
that I
multiply.
think you just took out a key part of that. You said women giving themselves away to men is abnormal just for sex.
I said multiple men. I said multiple men.
Multiple. That's
Okay,
a
but I
clarifier.
would
Shout out to
disagree.
you, Brittany B.
I would agree that back in the day that was a thing
Well, that's
where,
the case now.
well, at any time,
Hold
I
on,
feel like
hold on.
for financial
Wait, let him
gain,
finish his point real quick.
not for a sexual gain. Like I agree with you on that, but for financial gain, I feel like that has always been a part of the game. Like people say that prostitution is the oldest job in the world. That's all I'm saying.
But it was on a much lower.
Everything
See
else,
the
I feel
point,
what you're saying. So,
right? But the point is, it was on a much lower scale, and it was looked at as like no one wanted to be. Yo, y'all remember? You didn't grow up in the time when you called a woman a bitch, or when you called a woman a hoe, she was offended. Queen Latifah made a whole. Who you call her a bitch? She made a whole song about it. Like, yo, you don't know that in the 80s to call a woman a bitch or a hoe was like the worst thing in the world that you could call her. Y'all don't remember that?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
What I'm saying is
Nobody,
that
woman. Hold on, Lee. No woman wanted to be known as a prostitute. No woman wanted to be known as a harlot or a hoe. That was so unpopular. But now the 304 culture has taken over, and it's popular to be those things. They be calling each other, hey, bitch, yeah, bitch, y'all, but they do that to each other. And yeah, ho, oh yeah, ho, I'm gonna get my hoe on. And yo, literally, Team Fatty, shout out to Team Fatty again. He posted a post the other day.
Shout out Team Fatty.
And it was like 3 women and a whole bunch, hundreds of thousands of women that was liking this post, where the women was literally saying, well, I be doing my thing, I be having fun, but he ain't boyfriend material. They ain't boyfriend material, but I'm just gonna run through them until my guy comes through, till my Prince Charming comes through, so to speak. And it's like, what? And this is the overwhelming mentality of the women of today.
Yeah,
it's not all women, but it's the overwhelming mentality of the women today.
I think it's 50 to 51% on either side. I don't know which side is 51, which side is 50. Yeah, I think it's really close. He's saying it's overwhelming. I think that there's a bunch of women out there that are exactly what y'all want. And I even ask y'all sometimes, why are y'all single? because I do believe there is a bunch of women out there that they are exactly like how y'all want
I
them.
haven't met
So when
a,
I
I
see
haven't
them,
met a
Hold
whole
on.
bunch of them. I'll
Hold
be
on.
honest.
Hold on.
well,
I'm not
not
saying no.
I mean, but at
Let's
least
keep all the way
all you have to
let's
do is
keep all the
meet
way
3
1,000,
though.
bro.
Like you should only need to meet 3 of the women that you're talking about that are exactly what y'all talking about. You don't need to meet 3 to marry 1. Come on now, like
Right.
even you got
But
married. You see what I'm
before,
saying?
but I'm saying, but what I'm saying is like, yo, but that doesn't. I mean, those, you don't know the circumstance situation. There's a reason why I'm divorced. But what I'm saying to you is
I ain't trying to knock
that
your shit. I'm
no,
bigging it up. Like
I'm not
There's
taking.
nothing wrong with courting.
But I'm
You don't know courting is okay, right? That's how you get to meet your. I mean, it's almost an old word for dating, but that's okay. But you don't have to have sex. You're not supposed
right.
to be having sex with everyone you're getting to know. It's almost like an audition. You all are interviewing each other to see, hey, will we be good together? That doesn't mean you give it up. That's
Right.
all
You're
this
supposed to be
sex
vetting.
is what's
Right.
ruining it. When as soon as it's just sex off the break, it's like it ruined everything. You almost kind of took out the. It's like, well, already. I mean, we
So
just
so so
babe.
the so the lead. I got a question for you.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
you currently in a relationship, right? Oh shit, I think Lee.
I think he's still there, but I think he okay. Yeah.
Oh Lee, I
yeah,
got a question. You currently in a relationship, right? I think you said you got a fiance, right?
yeah.
All right. The
Well,
What up,
not
I need
fiance
Brownsville?
yet. Let's
you
not do it. Don't give me that credit yet. Not fiance yet. I'm
no,
still like trying to
okay. Well, I mean, you look at you in that pathway. I'm just gonna say you in that pathway,
3.
right?
Yeah, 3.
3 years. Okay. So let me ask you. When you first met your lady, did she introduce you to her parents? Like
Well,
introduce you to your parents when y'all first started dating, so they could vet you out for like a month.
I mean, well, everybody's situation is different, but to vet me out, nah. I mean, like, yo, what I've realized with most of the women that I met, like Hispanic or Black, was most of the women that I met, and I dated 2 white women. But most of the situation, we both was coming up. Like I've never really like the dudes, and yo, I grew up around Irish and Irish, Jewish, and Italian people, and they wouldn't let you in their sectors. The people who had money, they stuck around each other. So I ain't have money growing up, and most people that was Hispanic and Black in my neighborhood really didn't either. So when you met a shorty, she was at the same level as you. She probably ain't have her dad either. You feel me? Or
So
she had trauma too. So like, nah, like that that situation you talked about. Like, shout out to
hold
anybody
on.
that actually able to get that, but that's a rare occurrence. Like in
It's
most
not a rare
communities,
occurrence. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not a rare occurrence, because it
maybe it's
still
not. Maybe
happens.
it's not.
It
Right.
still happens. It just don't happen in the Black community. See what they used to do that we don't do no more. Everything that the Italians and the Mexicans and the Asians and even the white folks, everything that they was doing was based off of what Black people was doing with their families. Okay, that's why our marriage rate was so high. Okay, now when I met my wife, on the other hand, uh, I had to get the approval from her father. Okay, even though he was getting out of prison, it wasn't just him; it was the whole family, the uncles, this, that, and the third, right? And back then, that mattered. It wasn't that you just had a family member. Like, yo, your reputation, all right, Lee, in the '60s, yo, oh, this dude, he been known for breaking shit and robbing people and all this other shit. Yo, your bloodline ended. Like, you was not getting nothing. And if the woman you got approved for was the lowest denominator, hands down. And most of them young dudes that was getting married, they got married at an early age just so they want to be out here sleeping around. And just to let y'all know, okay, uh, most of them women back in the day was not angels,
No
the
doubt. Hey yo,
boomers,
no doubt.
because
Hey
most
yo.
of them people, I'm sorry, most of the women, if they was to give DNA tests, 40% of them kids will not be the father.
Yo, no doubt. Hey, yo, let my man Lance from Halsey get in here. Let me read this first. Known unknown. Thank you for the super chat family. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Let me give my people's And let me give them the song, and then I'm gonna read the super chat, and I'm gonna let Lance from Halsey go, and we're gonna open back up.
No matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb. Nigga face.
20, don't take a course of action that is dangerous, and don't make the same mistakes twice. 21, 21, do not be reckless on a easy road. Yo, thank you, no. Salute to you. I appreciate you. No doubt. Yeah, mother's maybe, daddy's maybe. Hey, no doubt about that. Hey, yo, go ahead, Lance from Halsey, man. Brownsville in the building. What's going on, fam?
What's going on? Well, I'm from the style, so I'm from the style.
Oh, you from the style side of
Yeah,
things.
style doing
He
that.
from the style.
Here we go. I don't want no problems. But two things. I actually know DeVal Ellis personally, and his wife. So I used to train with them back in Brooklyn in Canarsie through a program called ePro Prototype. So, you know, I didn't know all of his story, but he did talk about training NFL and how some things happened. But when I used to see them, they were a strong couple. She would always help out at the gym. And one thing you could say about DeVal, he would always make sure the young men were learning how to be great athletes, understanding how it is to be on time. If you was late, he would have you running miles. He made sure we document all our workouts and stuff like that. So he actually helped me understand what it is to be a college and potential professional athlete. So I do know him from a personal perspective and stuff like that. So, and the other thing too, I mean, even a similar situation with my wife. I mean, I was homeless when I met my wife because my mom's neighbor actually had a fire. So, you know, I didn't really have much to offer, but the only thing I had was ambition. You know, the goal was to get mom out the hood. That's why I played football. But I think what's being taught now is that guys got to have every type of situation put together, which is not true. My wife, if she wants to get on here, she will tell you. She said the thing that I had that was very intriguing was my ambition. Like nothing came before football. Only thing I talked about football, being business together now, but only thing I talked about was sports and stuff like that. And my goal of really helping my moms out. So, and two, they actually put me through the test of meeting the family, sitting around the men, drinking beer. I don't really drink, but drinking beer and kind of having that vetting process. I think when you actually looking for a woman to date, the goal is to try to find somebody who at least have a father in her life or a male figure, because normally, because I come from a single parent household, so when they don't have that male figure, then they're looking for love anywhere else, whether if it's being naked, whether if it's giving it out, whether if it's being for the streets. So when you're actually looking for somebody you're marrying, you really got to, there's some things you're going to tolerate and some things you got to negotiate, but can you actually deal with that long term? So I think guys need to learn how to actually know what they're looking for, maybe write down all the stuff that you want, what you're looking for, and actually know what do you want and what can be compromised. So that's kind of my 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yo, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Hold on, Trucker. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, but yo, shout out to Melly Mel. Thank you for the cash app. Melly Mel said, blessings, great convo. I appreciate you. Melly Mel. Thank you very much.
No matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb.
Yo, y'all hit the cash app. You know what I'm saying? Support the show. We have a great convo. I appreciate y'all. Y'all hit the cash app. Show your love. If you want your comments read throughout the thing, hit the cash app. $20 or more, and I will read your comments throughout. So Melly Mel, you definitely getting your comments read and highlighted. Thank you. Yo, so I wanted to ask you a couple questions.
Wrote.
I'll check that out in a second.
Oh Lord.
But we're not about to start no trouble. Hey yo, so Lance, right? You know, being that you know them personally, or you know of them personally, did you know them before? Did you know him before he was married, or did you know him like after he got married?
So after, they were already married. I don't know how long they were married for, but I knew their relationship was genuine.
50.
Yo, hold on, Trucker. So Trucker, hold on, man. Why are you being disruptive, brother? Yo,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Salute to
I'm
you,
sorry.
Trucker. I'm muting you. Yo, so Lance. So Trucker, that guy. I love that guy, Trucker, man. Hey, yo, so Lance, yo, so in your opinion, right? In your humble Negro opinion as how to man, Tom, shout out to how to man. Yo, what so how would you categorize? Would you think, do you think he's a simp? You know, I mean, I that maybe that's putting you on the spot, but do you feel like he's possibly simping? Do you feel like he's catering, or do you just feel like they have a or think that they have a good relationship and it's just part of the course? What say you on the matter?
Good question.
So for at least for what I saw, because the only time I really seen it was at the gym, is she would do like a lot of office work, and he would always be around the guys and stuff like that. So at least how he trained us, he didn't have that simp perspective. I can't really speak on their marriage that well, but he didn't really give me simp vibe. It was more of like that alpha energy, like you better be on your shit type energy. So at least from how he was around us, but from because I haven't really kept up with him since we stopped training and stuff like that. But from what I saw, he always brought his son around too. So from what I see, he's a great family man. He always talked about family. He always tried to add value to the men as much as possible. Because, you know, being in Brooklyn, especially he was out in Canarsie training people. You know what you're going to see out there. You know, he gave a lot of value to us, you know, as men. Some of them still play in the league. I think he trained Curtis Samuel. He trained Julian Stafford. He trained a couple guys who got cut. So just seeing their success, I mean, if he's sipping now, you know, I can't confirm it or not, but there are guys who are still following his footsteps based off the stuff he left us. So,
yo, I appreciate that perspective, Lance. Hey, yo, Corey, Corey Love, you ain't said much at all. What else?
I just been listening. Let me jump in though. That's a good segue, because my thing is with Duvall, however you say it.
I think Duvall, right?
Could y'all not just for 1 second just look at the man as this man is trying to maximize the potential in his wife and how he deals with his woman. Do y'all ever look at it like that, instead of just looking at, oh, he's a simp? The man, he's tried it two different ways. Obviously, at the beginning of his relationship, he did it a different way. Y'all wouldn't have called him a simp when he was sleeping around and knocking off hoes on the side. Nobody would have called him a simp then, right? But now that he's trying to maximize the potential that he gets out of his wife by treating her well and putting her in a position to feel good about being a wife to him, right? Now we want to call him a simp because it you know what I'm saying? I don't get that aspect when anytime we see a man that's treating his woman good, we just automatically throw that simp word on him, when the definition of the simp, man, he's not getting the reciprocation. He's doing too much and he's not getting anything back. How can yes, I am. How can you look at a married man that's getting full reciprocation back from his wife, that's getting full cooperation from his wife, and just because he's doing good things for her out in the public and he's putting her in a certain position? I don't get that, bro. I don't get why we call married men simps like that. That's just me. I don't.
Well, listen. Real quick, Chuck. Hold on, real quick, and I got you. Well, I don't think, for the record, I don't think a married man can be a simp. I'm saying that. At the same time, with that being said, Corey, I will say that he can pander to his wife to the point where it becomes destructive. He could pander and pedestalize his wife to the point where it could be destructive for himself and for the community at large, the people that's watching. And so I think more so than the simp conversation, I think the point that Trigger Mike was making earlier is that by him getting on what's my man's name? By him getting on Tyler Perry's network And by him doing that, he's evolving to a place where he's trying to pander towards women and try to cater towards women in order to get that female dollar and in order to take that position. And so that's why the topic was, is DeVal Ellis just a good man, or is he the 2023 Derrick Jackson? It's not so much that he's a simp as much as he is a pander. Now, a lot of people in the comments did say simp. I'll give you that. I never called the brother a simp, because he's from Brooklyn, number one. Number two, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to call a brother, a fellow Brooklynite, a Kings County representative, a simp. But
Brooklyn
that's definitely cap. Yo, that's definitely cap.
Can I say something about that?
Wait, let Trucker cook first, Lance, and then we'll let you go. Go ahead, Trucker. Okay. Ain't no shook. You ain't heard Biggie. Ain't no shook hands in Brooklyn. Look, man. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Nah. But on some real, I was saying that earlier that when you got a great woman, she understands what you're trying to do. So she's going to support you no matter what. And when you got that support, she's taking all of the stress off of you, so you can focus on that successful portion. And that's what the dude in the corner, I don't know your name.
That's Lance. You talking about with the
Lance,
white shirt?
That's what
that's Lance.
Yeah, that's what he was saying earlier. Like, and that's what I was saying earlier, that most women don't do that number. They're not going to support that, because they're expecting you to come with the, by 18 you got to have $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, when I said something earlier, somebody said in the chat, why you expect somebody to be broke and struggling? Like, you can't be successful making $80,000 starting off. Like, you tripping. That's why y'all alone. And I have to agree with Iz too, also, about the simping thing. That's why we're looking at what he's saying, because a man is gonna be a man regardless, whether it's a camera in front of him or not. Okay. Now, what he doing is kind of like a Derrick Jackson situation, me personally, because he know what's true out there, but he not telling the ladies the truth. He just trying to get the bag.
What's he saying though, Trucker? What is he doing? What's he saying?
What he's saying is what you're starting to see right now. It seems like it's happening a lot lately. A lot of men tend to do this lately because they know that really they should be telling these women the truth, and the young dudes the truth. I get what you're saying. Me personally, I think a dude that's out here throwing his thing out to the world, is a bitch to me, because he ain't got no self discipline, and that's the worst type of dude you want to deal with in any type of business. But that's how I look at it. And yeah, man, you might be.
What you think? What you think, DeVal? What is he doing wrong as far as being a positive married man in this age of debauchery and filth?
Well, hold on, Trucker. The only thing I see that he's doing wrong is by him putting out that narrative that, hey, look, my wife's money is all her money. Well, listen, how he runs his house. Exactly. Let me be clear. Hold on, Trucker. Let me be clear. How a man runs his house and runs his marriage is their own business, right? The only pushback I ever give is when people put their business out in the public for public consumption, and they're trying to sell a product or service with that, right? So with that being said, they have influence. They are influencers. There are people that people look up to. So when you put out this narrative that, oh, well, my wife, you know what I'm saying, all her money is hers and it's just her money and she could do whatever she want to do, however she want to do it, that is a dangerous narrative to put out there to the masses without context, because you have women who jump all over that and be like, well, DeVal like that. And then my sons and people coming up will have to deal with women who are a product of this bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I'm not going to have to worry about it, because I know how to navigate it. I'm talking about other younger men.
And that's what I was saying. Like, people always say, well, it's just them and I work for them. What works for them, bro? Let me ask you a question. Every move you make, you don't think there's a young boy watching every decision you make, or the wife that you choose, or who you have kids with?
That's a fact.
In the top left corner.
Talking about Corey. You talking about Corey
me?
Love?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah, people watching. They watching.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So you got little boys that's like 5 or 6, okay? That's watching this, watching whatever you do. They just it only take one time for them to make a decision. You know, even
But
if you run
trucker,
that kid one time.
I want my 5-year-old to look at me and see that I provide 100% for his mom, and she don't have to work or have to do shit if she don't want to do that. I want my son to look up to that and emulate that.
Right. That's
wrong
what
with
you're
that?
supposed to do. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but I'm saying everything we do, including women, okay, everything we do, somebody is watching. Okay, no matter what. On camera, it's all about his wife. Okay, off camera, it might be something totally different. But on camera, for the world to see, it's 95% all about his wife, and that's the narrative that's being pushed. That black men is pretty much the slave, and the woman is on top of the pyramid.
I think that's the perspective you're looking at it from, though, trucker. Because I don't look at that like that. I look at it as though they're selling a book. The majority of the people that's gonna buy that book is women. Men are not buying that book. Just be honest. True. Israel, you're not buying that book.
I said that very thing
you're
yesterday.
Not buying it. I'm not buying it.
No,
none of us is buying that book. So
I said the same thing yesterday.
If I'm a smart businessman and I'm selling my relationship, and I know that 99% of my consumer base is going to be women, I'm going to put my wife ahead. Why would I stand in front of her, tell her to shut up while I'm doing all of this macho talking, and I'm not gonna get no sales?
So that makes sense. I said the same along the same way. But hold on real quick. Yo, Ari Nicole, I really appreciate you. I don't what did Out the Mud say that was so egregious to get timed out? Because I generally don't like to time people out unless they're saying trigger words or unless they're just doxing somebody. Out the Mud, he just talked junk. That's what he do. Me and him just talk junk back and forth. So generally speaking, Out the Mud is good. He's okay. He just talk shit. That's what he do. Me and him, that's our relationship. We just talk shit back and forth to each other. I wanted to read this real quick and a couple of things because Rogue Say definitely had put something in the Cash App. Facts. Simp means someone idolizing mediocre P. If the treatment is earned, then the term simp doesn't apply. Shout out to you. And then also, let me see. Melly Mel said up here. Let me get to Melly Mel's comment. Because she hit the Cash App for 20 above. Melly Mel said, "You're welcome. You're welcome. Just wanted support. Good content to keep y'all on. Oh, LOL, just supporting." Thank you, Melly Mel. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. Go ahead, Lance. I know you wanted to say something real quick, and then we'll go.
I'm gonna head out.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, definitely what he said about the putting the woman just to sell a book. I mean, if it sells, then you always got to sell to the person who's going to buy, right? And I think too, what going into at least how I learned about marriage, because I don't come from a marriage background, but just like you said, every marriage is different. So I like to teach my wife how to be interdependent, meaning that she still depends on me, but she still has the ability to learn. For example, we believe in the Second Amendment. Does she know how to protect if just in case stuff hits the fan? She still cooks, she still cleans, she still works, but is she willing to actually support the last name, our last name's mission? And I think that when people are trying to live the whole total traditional lifestyle, if you can make the money, then fine. But if you're working your way up, you got to kind of work together. Now, I don't like the word partnership. I think that's the same. I don't like the word partnership. But understanding what is the mission of this marriage? Why are we getting married? What is the people like to use Proverbs 31 woman or a man who finds a good wife finds a good thing. And what Duval is showing that his wife has certain skill sets. How can we capitalize off this skill set? Not just about, okay, I'm going to run the household, and this is that and the third, so that we can't get the bag. Now, don't sell yourself or sell your soul for money, which a lot of guys do. You know, from
And
all this crazy stuff I've seen, and
thank you.
yeah, and I think because it can be different on camera than it is, you know, in real life, right? So there's going to be times where, you know, you're going to have to allow your wife to take the lead of some things if she's good at it. But if you know what to do as a man, then you got to be on your SHIT, right? So you got to be able to understand what the goal is, and then once you set yourself up, then if you want to be, you know, total masculine and all that type of stuff and crazy, then at least you have the money set aside. So I think it's understanding why y'all getting married and what is the goal of this marriage, you know, without actually losing your masculinity or putting the woman the head of the household. Because trust me, I got stories, but I ain't gonna say it on here.
So I got a question. What's more important, family or business?
To me personally,
I'm just saying for the fellas, for anybody.
I think business.
Family or business?
I think Anton said this that was very powerful, and he said, "Men." He looks at business marriage from a business perspective. You got your tax write-offs. You got your ability to borrow more money. You can buy a house. You have two parents in the household. But then you have people who put family on this pedestal, and you know, growing up in the hood, you got people who will stab their own family in the back. People will fight their own family. I got friends. God rest my cousin's soul. He was killed by one of his closest friends. So,
God rest his soul.
But I think people put this term family. People are still human. It's just you got to know: is this person in my family willing to help me, or is this family people in my family are going to be determined to go? So that's just my thoughts.
No. What I was asking, what's more important to the fellas on here, just personally? Your family, or what you putting out, or your actions, what you putting out in the world, right? So what the dude is doing is more like a business situation. So, you know, he gonna beat women's ears up and stuff like that, right? But for me personally, mine is more on giving young men an example of what it is to have two dope wives. Just to let you know, Princessa, I did get vetted twice by the family.
You got vetted twice. Yo, your ass is crazy. Talk about you got vetted twice.
I got vetted twice. That's one of the reasons why I'm in the trucking business.
That's what's up. Hey, and the big business move. Hey, let me read my people's comments. Melly Mel says it's unrealistic expectation to anyone who buys it. It's business though, so I definitely understand what he's doing. Shout out to you, Melly Mel, no doubt. Ayo, shout out to Ari Nicole. Thank you, Ari Nicole. Thanks for having these convos with logical men speaking good on relationships. We need this. Ayo, yeah, shout out both of these brothers, Lance. Lance Trucker and Corey Love are all married men. Trucker happens to be married times 2, but hey, salute to him. Let's give the people a song. No doubt, everybody can't do. Those that can't do TV.
No matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb.
Yeah.
Salute. According to Princess, the Trucker been married 50-11 times. He's experienced.
I take marriage serious. Like I really do take it serious. So
yeah,
I'm really like I'm on that. Like
my man Jay Jermaine said it's business, Corey, but these women actually believe men are supposed to be like that, and it's not reality. See, that's my problem too. Shout out to Jay Jermaine. He always know what to say, and then he followed that up with optics. Optics is everything. Keep it real. LOL. No doubt, Jay Jermaine. Salute to you, family. You already know. Jay Jermaine.
That's a good. I like what he said. Can you highlight that last comment from Jay Jermaine?
That optics
other one. The one right before that.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
That's a good.
Talking about this one, right? Nowhere to hide.
No, reality. About the reality. My bad.
Oh, okay. Oh, no problem. This one right here.
Yeah, that one. that leads us to a good point, man. As we talking about the simping and the simps and all of that. My question be like to guys like, why do a simp and what he do to with a woman he trying to get? Why do that bother other men? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does a
The
simp?
Corey,
What does
he's answering it.
because
Corey,
it
listen. Corey,
influences.
hold on. He's answering it because what happens is it's impressionable men and impressionable women watching. And so even if it doesn't affect you, if you have a son or if you have a nephew or if you have cousins or excuse me, other men in your family might be susceptible to it. And then the society at a large is susceptible to it. And then you have what we have today with 304 culture seems like it's winning. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead,
I was
Chucker. I know
confused
you
with
want to
Corey
answer.
too. I now that makes sense that y'all explained it because I'm like, why does it matter? But yeah, that makes sense. If someone sees it constantly, they're like, well, that's how it's done.
And it
Okay.
becomes the norm instead of the exception. And when it becomes the norm in society instead of the exception to the rule, then that's problematic. And that's
That's a
what we're
problem.
living through today. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Trucker. I know you wanted to say something too. Go ahead, fam. Trucker.
My bad. Yeah.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah. See, this is what I miss like about my generation. Like, I was last in my generation, right? So the men led by example, by their actions. So did the women. Okay, so it wasn't just your influence. Okay, you had your next five neighbors down the street leading by example too. They ain't gotta like each other, but they all had a code. Like, yo, you treat you treat this special woman like she's supposed to be treated, right? And when we talk about simps is bad. I'm gonna just put it like that. There's a difference between treating your woman good and being a simp. Okay, it's just I don't know how to
I
explain it, man.
think it's more to it why people hate, why men hate simps so bad, and we not telling the truth about it.
Why do you think it is? I think it's bad for business.
I think well,
Corey.
Jerry Jermaine did answer. He said it gives women unrealistic expectations. But my thing is, just because a woman has if a woman has unrealistic expectations that I know I'm not gonna do for her, that don't bother. I don't care about that. That don't bother me. So it seems like, I don't know, like are simps raising some bar that dudes don't want to, you know what I'm like? What I don't
But
see.
it's not raising. Wait, but so what happens is, and this Patrice O'Neal explained it best. Shout out to Patrice O'Neal, may he rest in peace. What happens is you sending women out into the world that real niggas got to train. So that's really the bottom line. So what happens is the shark. So the women who's these simps are going after, these women are sharks. So because they don't want to deal with the other sharks, sometimes they go and play with the food. They go play with the tuna and the mackerel and stuff like that, and they play with it and they bounce it around and they play in the teeth, right? But what happens is when these sharks, after they finish eating their food, devouring their food, and going about their way, they come back to other sharks. Then these sharks, we got to train these women how to be women again, and that shit is exhausting. It takes time. It takes time. It's exhausting.
Honest. Women know.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Go ahead, Troy.
Women do not take simps serious. Yeah, they'll take what they get from them, but they don't take simps serious. And not only that, what a woman will expect from a simp, she don't expect from that shark or that real nigga.
Right, but the problem, but wait, hold on. But the problem is, Corey, the problem is, regardless, women are malleable, whether they realize it or not. So they form, especially when they get spoiled. So they don't take them seriously, but they can get spoiled by these dudes. And then they come to a real dude or a real man, and they try, I hate that word real man, but they come to like a real nigga, so to speak, and they try to run these stupid games on them. And the real dude is looking like, man, if you don't get out of here with that, it's just frustrating. Because then you got to train the chick all over again. You got to teach this chick all over again. And it's like, If the
Wait,
bruh before you did his job, you wouldn't have to do this.
So the simps is making it harder on real
It's not
men
hard.
things.
No, it's not harder. It's actually easier. But the problem is the simps make the women more damaged. They make the women more damaged because this is what you have. I'm gonna keep it real. Check it out, Corey. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
All right.
This is why you have these dudes red pill raging, right? Because they be simps. So what happens is the simps, what they do is they pay for everything. They're giving everything. They're giving all their emotions. They're giving all their love. They're giving all their gifts. They're giving all their money to women who do not requite anything back to them or give anything back to them. So then these same dudes are bitter. They're bitter and they're upset and they hate women. So then they start doing clown shit. And then when they start doing the clown shit to the women definitely leave them alone, don't want to mess with them, but the women are jaded and tainted after this. So then now she come up with a real dude, a dude that know himself, a dude that got game, and then he got to school her all over again. But she's already a damaged goods most of the time by this time, because unfortunately these shark women, they like messing with their food. So they mess with simp after simp after simp, thinking that they're getting something because they're getting material things that they want. They're getting the attention that they want. They're getting the service and the pedestalization that they want. Make no mistake, women like this shit, right? But they don't want to be married or be connected long term to it. They want to get what they can get and cut bait, right? So they like it. But what happens is it's messing up the natural order of things. Like they said in American Gangster, it is messing up the natural order of things and is taking everything out of whack, because these women then become out of control. And then you have these men who are pissed off, who are upset because they got used, abused, and thrown to the side. Yeah. And it's the whole ecosystem just becomes a mess, fam. It's a mess.
Can I jump in real quick?
I feel you.
Yeah, go ahead, Lance.
So even because I went to school in Brownsville, so I mean, you have these guys. If you look at their girl wrong, or I think yesterday I was talking about clubbing and all this crazy stuff going on. I've seen a lot of guys that's willing to put somebody down over a woman, especially in Brownsville. There was a dude that we went to school with that got stomped out because he will always be acting crazy around women. You don't know who brother or sister, or remember that dude with the 8-ball jacket on the train that slapped that chick? I don't know if y'all remember that video years ago.
I remember that.
On the
she was messing, she had hit, I remember that. He knocked, Jesus Christ.
Yo, what up, reality? Yo, it goes down in Brooklyn. They don't understand. But go ahead, Lance.
Slapped her to the next millennium.
And then they killed him, I think, allegedly, right?
Deleted him, right?
Yeah, deleted. Oh, I'm sorry. But it's just the fact of those are the extremes to where if a guy is willing to do anything for a woman for the box, then you kind of see what's the downfall. And a lot of these guys are trained by women, and they're creating these men, like the women are raising these men to be men that they don't like. Then these men are dating women that are disrespecting them, that are treating them like
pretty soon nothing. You have a race of babies that make the babies and hate the ladies, and that's what the problem is, Corey. No doubt, no doubt, Lance. That's what the problem is.
So it's just the fact of, I mean, you got to be that example, just like y'all were saying, and people got to stop taking these advice from celebrities. I mean, I still don't look at the values of the celebrity because I know them personally, but you know, a lot of people don't have these interpersonal connections with these people, and they think their word is everything, or what they're presenting is everything, when in reality, it's not true. So that's just my thoughts on that.
And that was another thing, yo, Lance. That's an excellent point, and Mel made the same point, and this is why I wanted to just drive it home. Correct. And our kids are watching. We already have enough kids in single parent homes, yo. So that's the thing, Corey. These women, they might not want to be with these dudes, but they are sitting there and they're having sex with them. And then they have babies by them and they don't want to be with them. You know what I'm saying? And then there's more single mothers, and then you have more people raising these children, single mother households, and you raising them deficiently and they're becoming deficient. So it's a whole cycle, and it's messing up the whole order and cycle of things when you look at it. You know what I'm saying?
They even say
So
stuff to the especially boys. I've heard women say, "That's why you look like your ugly ass daddy," and it's like, whoa. Why would you say that to? Wait a minute. You might be mad at his father. That has nothing to do with your child. Why would you say that to your son? Then you have a lot of women who treat their sons like their husbands. See that's why it really men are important, and I think women. First of all, pregnancy is extremely preventable. You know you don't have to have a man's baby. And what I don't understand, like you said, they don't really like these dudes, but they'll have a child with them. It's like, do you know how serious that is? You literally are tied to that man for the rest of your life. Like people say, no, 18. No, the rest of your life, you're tied to that person. So I don't understand. Yeah, that way of thinking. Again.
Yeah, and it was all over these posts. Listen, it was all over these posts where you had these women literally saying, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna have fun, girl. I'm gonna do my thing, girl. Yeah. He's not boyfriend material, but I'm gonna keep screwing him." And then you have a baby by these dudes that are betas, that are simps, and you just having a good time. You screwing them, and then you have a baby, and you have no intention on being with them. While you're looking for your good man, while you're looking for your husband, it's the most ridiculous, craziest thing ever.
Makes no sense.
I think you got it backwards, is because
What I got backwards?
I think that they want the bad guy, and then they end up having kids with the bad guy, and it turns out that they actually don't want the bad guy; they want the simp.
No,
right?
That's not how it goes. No, that's absolutely
You're not saying they want the simp in the old in their later years.
Hell no. No woman wants to be. Listen, no woman wants. See, what happens is women need structure and they need order, and they know this, and they know that they don't get structure and order for their own selves. So they're looking for men. And if I had $1, any woman in here would tell you, if they really being honest, they looking for structure and order from a man in their life, and that's what they're looking for.
Yes.
So a simp doesn't give them structure and order. A simp just goes and acquiesce to whatever it is that the woman wants.
And a woman
Who do you think has more? Who do you think has more structure? Somebody like 50 Cent or Sierra's husband?
50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Absolutely.
50 what?
Absolutely 50 Cent.
Absolutely. He never would have let Sierra come out there with a naked
absolutely
like
exactly because Sierra was with him and she never did it.
Just like her father would.
50 Cent. Do you understand? Wait, hold on. See, I think a lot of people don't.
So what you're saying?
Wait, hold on, Black Sheep. I think a lot of people don't realize is how intelligent. In order to come from the circumstances that dudes like me and Lance come from, and that we seen every day. Do you understand who we had to be to survive, number one? And then number two, who we had to be in order to thrive or order to make things happen? You cannot be a regular dude and make things happen or become a certain status in life coming from where we from and just be nobody. 50 Cent is exceptionally intelligent. 50 Cent is exceptionally intuitive. 50 Cent is exceptionally disciplined, believe it or not. Exceptionally disciplined.
Do you think that Russell Simmons is none of those things?
Russell Wilson is. You said
Wilson. Sorry.
Yeah, that's funny. You said Russell Simmons. Hold on, I gotta laugh to that. I gotta put a laugh.
I was close enough.
But I think too.
Russell Wilson. Hold on, y'all, real quick, because he wasn't finished. But Russell Wilson is disciplined in certain areas, but he's not disciplined when it comes to women. Because from the beginning, the problem with Russell Wilson and Sierra is Sierra was Russell Wilson's first choice, but Russell Wilson was not Sierra's first choice. That is the issue, and that's the problem. He pedestalizes her, and she just accepts being with him. Go ahead.
I think it depends on how you define discipline with women, right? Because he doesn't have a whole bunch of kids out here like some other top tier individuals.
I can speak to that. I think the one thing that my father always told me, well, he told me one time, is two things. Always wear a condom, and if you want to meet the devil, look in the pulpit. Those are the two things I remember him telling me.
Wow.
And I'll be quote unquote transparent with this, but I was to the point where when I was single and acting a fool, I was scared to let go because I did not want to get a woman pregnant. That was just the stories that you hear. So just because a guy doesn't have multiple kids doesn't mean he's not actually intelligent and learning how to avoid it. The best way of actually preventing things is avoidance. Now, there was times where, and some women will lie. They will lie and try to say,
Chicago River, maybe the back. I'll pick up. Go ahead, Lance.
some women will lie and say, oh, I'm pregnant or whatever, which happened to me in school, but found out that she lied about it just because she wanted to keep that relationship alive. As soon as that happened, I'm like, I'm not dealing with that.
Okay,
but this is actually understanding what you're dealing with. And women in Brooklyn, I don't know where the rest of y'all are from, but women in Brooklyn are aggressive. So you got to be strategic with what you're dealing with. So
especially if they think that you're going somewhere, especially if they think that you're going somewhere and you're gonna be somebody, they are extremely aggressive. That's an absolute fact.
So within that avoidance, wouldn't you say that there's a high level of discipline, and to not only follow that discipline, but not be distracted by other women?
But let me tell you real quick, Lance. Let me
and focus on the one that you want, right?
No. The difference is this. There's a difference in disciplines. What I'm saying is 50 Cent is the type of dude that's not gonna let a woman get over him, or a woman get over on him, or get him set up or get him messed up. Russell Wilson does not have those same instincts nor those same inclinations. Russell Wilson is absolutely the type of man that's allowing his woman to lead. But let me read Melly Mel's comments first, and then I want to let Lance finish, and then Chicago Rilla get in. Melly Mel said, "Facts. I agree with you, and I said the same thing. We don't gotta let them, but allow them in their kids' lives. Fathers matter." Okay, hold on real quick. She also said, because Melly Mel paid, so let me see what Melly Mel said. Melly Mel also said, women want the simp for what he can do for us. Yes, we need protection and order. Ola male. So alpha male, I think she was trying to say, but yeah, they just use the simp for what he can offer, and then they go and be with a real man, quote unquote, even though I hate that saying. Okay, Melly Mel said Russell Wilson is a simp to me. He let her out in that dress and put out a song independent, right? While she's married. Come on.
She was twerking in the little shorts. Remember that?
And then hold on, man. Hold on. No, it's different. And then my man Jay Jermaine said, facts is no doubt. So I want Lance to be able to finish first, and then you can get in, and then Chicago Rilla let Chicago Rilla get in. Okay, go ahead, Lance.
Yeah, because even go back to 50 Cent and just our environment, I think it teaches you how to look at people, right? So, is this woman with me for me, or is she with me because what she can get out of me, right? Or same thing with guys too, know who is in your environment, but it's just understanding that just because somebody say they love you, they can say it, but that doesn't mean their actions show. I always tell my wife, she always say, Liz, you love me? Of course I love my wife, but I want her to see the actions and what we're trying to create so that she understands this is more than just words. I'm not just going to sit here and say I love you and I'm not going to show it. It's just more of how can I, have you willing to trust the fact that I have our best interest at heart. And that's why some women, I can't say, some women don't trust the simp because he doesn't know how to make that decision or learn how to lead that family into that right direction. So,
Hey yo, and shout out to you, Courtney. Courtney says she loves Sims. You crazy, Courtney. You funny, Courtney. Hey yo, and then Ari Nicole talking about yes. Ari Nicole said yes, and these are the thoughts and feelings of Ari Nicole alone. Ari Nicole said yes, Jay-Z is a simp. To answer your question, I didn't say that. Ari said that. I don't think he is.
I don't think Jay-Z is a simp.
I don't think Jay-Z
So
is a
what?
simp either.
Well, how is he not a simp?
Because Jay-Z is hold on, I'm gonna answer you. Jay-Z is take the S away and put the P right there. Put the P right there instead of the S. That's what Jay-Z is.
How is
okay, but
So
hold on.
let me jump in real quick.
Jay-Z
Let me jump in real quick,
is
fam.
the S with the P instead of the S.
Let me jump in real quick, man. And this is the challenge. One of the reasons why I called in. This is the challenge that we have in this space. We attach simp to everything. To your point, Isreal, I have long argued with my guys in the barbershop, right? Who's the bigger pimp? Matthew Knowles, who could pimp his own daughter out, or Jay-Z, who pimps his wife out?
Right.
We attach
They don't understand. They don't understand the difference.
Wait, listen. We attach anytime somebody do decent for a woman or say something complimentary to a woman, he a simp. No, a simp is a dude that goes above and beyond to do things for a woman to garner her attention and curry favor, even when he knows he may or may not get it, and he wouldn't get it otherwise on his own merit. That's what a simp is. Jay-Z was having his way with women way before Beyonce. We calling Jay-Z a simp?
And she chose him. And she chose him first. She chose him first.
Paid choosing fees.
Exactly. She chose him.
And the other thing people don't understand when you talk about simping comes from pimping and hoe culture. Okay. And I just see this word being thrown around. I'm just bugging on how like as men we not checking each other on, we supposed to be logical, we supposed to be using verbiage correctly and all this, that, and the third, and we not checking each other. Man, y'all be so quick to throw around the word simp. Y'all attach it to any and everybody, including dudes who don't even deserve it or have not earned it.
Right. And that's why I said Chicago. I don't know if you heard Chicago Rilla. I said that I can't call a married man a simp. I don't think a married man can be a simp. However, if they are in the public eye, they could be misleading the people by and sending their own relationship to doom and hell. So that's what I say. But shout out to reality. Jay Jermaine said Courtney doesn't love simps. LOL. And then he also said Matthew knows.
Chicago Rilla.
That's my argument. That's my argument. I think Matthew knows. I think Matthew knows definitely is the bigger pimp. Whoever said that, I agree. It take a lot to pimp your own daughter, man. And he had that heifer in heels for a long time.
Artichoke hearts wave in the back, so I see it's you, sweetie. I'll bring you up.
So Chicago Rilla, we got some beef. We got some beef.
Nah, we don't have beef. We might have impossible beef or beyond burger belief, but we ain't got no beef. We might have a misunderstanding. But go ahead.
I got you. I got you.
I'm just messing with you, dog. I just want to say what's up, man. I do agree, though. I honestly agree. I mean, that's the point of this. I think that's the point of these shows that people overlook is that we all disagree, and this is what men do. We all agree, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the show, guess what? We all moving one way, or having a different perspective of life. So,
yeah, this is so. Yeah, when it comes to Jay-Z, I'll just say it plain. Excuse me. When it comes to Jay-Z is absolutely not a simp. What he realized is that his brand, like what Beyonce does for Jay-Z, is she validates him in other ways where he would not be validated because of where he comes from and because of what he was into. So she cleans up his image and she helps them create a bigger net worth. So one could argue that Jay-Z might be worth hundreds of millions of dollars without Beyonce, but with Beyonce, he could be worth billions of dollars. So that's absolutely not a simp, just for the record. Just for the record.
So let me say this because I didn't get to say this the other day.
My man Rogue said to pimp your own female offspring is the epitome of cold-blooded. Yo, go ahead.
1,000.
Talking about
Hey,
Matthew knows.
Matthew knows.
No, he
Matthew
did.
knows definitely did.
No, he did.
Hey, let me say this because I didn't get to say this the other day, King Talk, and I pulled up because of the conversation around the veil, right? And you know, I think the question on the floor is what is it? Is he a good man or a good husband, or is he Derek Jackson 3.0 or 2.0?
Yeah. Is he a good man or
Okay,
2023 Derek Jackson?
right. So he's a good man. And listen, I stand to be corrected if y'all can point me in another direction and show me otherwise. But here's my case. This dude, I followed him and his wife journey. Like, I haven't followed it in detail, but I only know like them from Actively Black, right? The commercials that I've seen with them in Actively Black. I bought the apparel. I support that brand, right? And then the more I go down the rabbit hole, I see them having conversations. I see them on a podcast tour, which is sold out. From what I understand, he's an actor. He used to be a football player, so on and so forth. And the clip that was used on King Talk Tuesday, right? The dude basically was saying he got a kept woman, but together they bring in much more, right? So as I'm starting to think about when he talks about how much money he brings in, you know, he's able to provide for, but he also talked about taking the lead in terms of legacy planning, wealth building, so on and so forth for their family. And then he talked about her money being her money. And in spite of her being able to make a good amount of money, she's still there with him. To me, again, this is why I tell people, and I know it don't sound good or whatever, that's why I say you can learn a lot from pimping and hoeing, right? Because it's by choice and not force, right? So he's saying she's there by choice, and she's a kept woman, and he's providing for her. If you go into the top 1% to, I guess, the top maybe 10%, 15% of earners in this country, what do those men do for their women? Their women are kept women. There's very few of them working. So why do we have an issue? Why are we calling this man a simp? Calling this man everything but the example of what we would want to do ourselves for our woman. Or, you know, we call him everything else. This is just insane. It's just insane to me, the gymnastics and the hoops that we jump through to prove a point about black women, or, you know, he's a simp. Like, y'all, we cast that word around so loosely, it baffles me. It baffles me.
Facts.
That brother is not a simp. He's not a simp. He has a kept woman. What dude in the top? So Melania. So y'all gonna say Donald Trump is a simp?
No,
Melania is a kept woman.
But the thing about it is she's bringing in a lot of money, but it's just the simple fact of he's pandering, and that's what it is. We gotta call it what it is.
Well, give me the example.
Okay, so
give me the example of him pandering.
Okay, I'm about to. With these talking points about, yo, his woman could bring in all the money, she has full autonomy, and she don't have to bring nothing to the table. She don't have to give no bread.
He didn't say that.
Let me just finish.
All right.
He definitely didn't say that.
Let me say what he actually said was, I'm the leader. I'm the one that brings in the money. I'm the one that's in charge of the legacy money. I'm the one that's in charge of the of the household and the household dealings, right? He said whatever, and my woman is a kept woman. I keep her, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? She has her own money, and she has all the money she needs, but she could keep that to herself, and whatever she does with that is her own business. I give her autonomy to do whatever she wants to do. But it makes me feel good, the fact that she always chooses to stay with the family. She chooses to stay with me. So I get the point that you're making, right? What I'm saying to you, and to Lance's point that he made earlier, he didn't come from this standpoint when he made the point, but I'm taking his point and I'm going the other direction. When you are a person who is in the public eye, and you have that circle of influence, and you're making it seem like, oh, well, listen, she don't have to do this, she don't have to do that. People who are watching, who are lesser than, who don't have the same amount of money, who don't have the same amount of clout, who don't have the same amount of juice, it is dangerous for the other people who are watching, because it's not going to go the same way. That's a fact.
And that's the problem that we.
That's
the problem that we get in. No, beloved, that's the problem that we get into. Respectfully. The brother, number one, again, for what he was saying, he said his woman is a kept woman. You reiterated that he said he's the leader. Now, how can we in this space say The woman money doesn't matter. And when the man say the woman
Thank
money doesn't matter
you.
to where she has autonomy to do whatever she wants with the money that she earned, and we hop on his head for that. We so confusing. We be wondering why
Nah,
our women are sitting up here like this who y'all
Really?
want us this
wait,
who y'all want us
hold
to
on.
follow?
Let me clarify the position. Okay, so first of all, I've never been one of the ones that said that, right? I never said that a woman's money doesn't matter. What I believe
You
is
know how
this.
much your woman make?
Oh yeah, I actually do. But listen, what I believe,
Okay, fair enough.
any woman that's dealing with me, I know how much they make. But listen, what I'm
Fair
saying is
enough.
this. What I'm saying is this. Okay, so when it comes to a woman, I don't look for her money to be able to take care of the bills, right? I don't look for her
Okay.
money to be able to take care of the bills.
Mhm.
At the same time, I absolutely subscribe to an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So with my when I have a woman, I'm like, listen, I have a plan, and the plan would include a portion of her money. It would not go to the bills, but it would go to investments, or it would go to something else that would go into the family pot, so that she's not just sitting there thinking that, oh, well, she could do whatever she wants, however she wants. No, I agree with Trigger Mike that says, listen, the woman needs to be, you need to be active, even if she's making more money than you, even if she's doing her thing. You don't need to praise her in the sense of her financial career or whatever. You need to praise her in the sense of her contribution to the marriage and her contribution to the household. So that's what I think. And that's how I believe in it. So her money is her money in the sense of it's her money. She's earning it. At the same time, there would definitely be a portion of that money that she would have to save, right? I would have her to save a portion of the money, and there would definitely be a portion of that money that she would have to contribute to the investment pot, and then the rest she can do with it what she wants.
And that's fair, brother. You're not gonna find no disagreement there. I'm just having a hard time, and I had a really difficult time with the brothers who was calling that brother a simp and saying like he a hoster. He absolutely is not. He's leading his household. And again, we talking about he's in the top 10% bracket. What are we talking about? He's in the top 10% bracket. They operate way different.
I think Chicago. I think it's Rilla. I think
It might be
got stuff
it
people
might
in
be
the background. Yeah. I think Rilla.
No. I'm at the gig, man. You know, I'll pull up. I listen to y'all from work, and then I'll pull up. Where I figure I can put some paint where it ain't. And Izzy, let me tell you something, man. Me and you got smoke, bro. I got smoke for you, man. Don't you ever tell me I need to send a super chat to get somebody off so I can pull up, man.
Well, I can't see. I can't see you, Rilla. You know what I'm saying? I can't see who's getting on. I just know that the panel's full.
Love.
I'm trying to get you a spot. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. I ain't sending no super chats and nothing like that. That's y'all. I ain't mad at
like you on for the brothers and for the brother love. I know that. So you can send a cash out a super chat for the brother love and for the community. I know that. I
definitely will do that on GP, but I ain't doing that to pull up on the spot, man. I just love having a conversation.
No
doubt. Indeed. If my background is too loud, I'll pipe down.
No,
for a
I
second.
just thought it was
wanna
somebody
hear what
else.
y'all
It's you. It's cool. We good.
Yeah. If you can mute in between time, you can stay, man. You're always welcome, man.
To your point is, and you made an excellent point, man. As far as not relying on the woman money for bills, but at the same time, instructing or setting forth that plan on what she is going to do with that money. And the thing about DeVal, he didn't go into details about you know what I'm saying, because to me, I believe that he's doing all of that. I think his point he was trying to make is that, listen, my woman is kept, like Rilla keeps saying, she's a kept woman, and I give her the freedom to make decisions. But at the same time, if she's not making the proper decisions that he wants her to make, I'm sure they're going to go back to the drawing table and get an understanding. But I think in a relationship that's lasted that long, that woman knows exactly what her husband wants her out of her, and I believe that she does that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's no, like, we're trying to make it seem like, well, she takes her money and throws it away and just buys. We're trying to a lot of times we try to find a negative in something that's not even negative at all. Like, this is a positive thing. This is a brother, this is a black man in the top whatever percentage, showing what leadership looks like at that level. And I think a lot of brothers just don't want to look at it like that, and they want to find some flaw in him to discourage or not qualify him for what he's actually doing. When I think what he's doing is a good thing, man, to be honest.
And no doubt. And I can't argue
disposition
that.
was very pleasant too. Also, just keep him, like, she didn't come across like, it seemed like she's not going to watch. She's already I mean, I don't want to say she's proven herself, but she kind of has. At his worst, she was there. She could have bounced like, oh, well, take care. She didn't. And he was at his worst several times, a couple of times, and she was right there. So I don't get the vibe from her that she's like that, give me, and not contributing anything type of like attitude. I don't get that vibe from her. Of course, we don't know, because we don't know these people personally, but the way he speaks and the way she speaks, and like, it seems like they're on one accord.
Yeah.
So.
And then in all fairness, y'all both are making some really good points, and I'm gonna let you Ruthless Truth get in there in 1 second. Just give me a second to read these 2 comments. But y'all both making some really good points. And to add on to that, it could be a thing of, because she did hold him down when he was low, when he lost his money, you know what I'm saying, from football, whatever the case. It could be that that's his way of paying it back, and of telling her how much he appreciates her for doing it. So it's fair. That's why I never called the brother a simp. I did say, he probably had some ulterior motives to sell his book. I did say that, but I didn't call him a simp. But let me say this. Jay Jermaine said, I never look to my woman or any woman, I guess, to pay the bills. Her contribution is cool, but it is not required. Okay. Millz said he's an influencer, and it can set up unrealistic expectation for those listening. We already have the mindset of what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. Now that's a good point too. But I think the fact that he didn't clarify it, or he didn't go into it, does leave it on the vague thing. And then Jay Jermaine said LOL. So go ahead, Ruthless Truth, and then we'll move forward.
Israel, man.
What's going on, Ruthless? How you doing, fam? What'd you say, family?
You've been beefing these last couple of episodes.
Oh, nah, we ain't beefing, man. It's not no beef. It's just I don't agree with you sometimes. You're saying some crazy stuff sometimes. Yeah, it's all love, but I'm gonna call you out when you say some bullshit. No, go ahead. Some bullshit. Go ahead. Go ahead,
all right, so I'm gonna say this, right? I saw the video. I mean, everybody leads different, right? A leader to me is one who delegates things around the house, or delegates whatever their situation in. But I think a man who gives his woman the authority to do as she pleases is compromising his household. And I'm not saying that to try to control her, like, hey, you can't eat, you need to check in with me every time you go to the bathroom, not that type. But there has to be a boundary set of understanding that most things are going to go through me.
And look, but let's look at this Ruthless. Check this out.
Yeah.
That boy is good. He just had to.
I actually agree. Hey, Chicago, wave in the back. Chicago, real loud. I'll bring you back up. Yeah, actually, go ahead, Ruthless. Finish your point.
So,
I got you.
Yeah, any great leader who's leading in any form, he's no way going to delegate all his power out to everybody, where he's letting them do what they want to do and be doing their thing, and he's not understanding what they're doing. No, it has to be accountability. Because once again, men, as we're the leaders, if we're the leader of our household, if everything fails, it falls back on us, right? Everybody looking at the man. So if I'm letting my woman out here being reckless, right? Let's say she likes to shop, right? And there's going to be certain regulations to that. Hold up, right? I'm not going to let you go crazy either. This is a small example, but it just got to be the structure is me. I'm the structure. I set the tone. Now, my woman or my wife, of course, she's going to have housely duties as far as the kids and stuff like that. And she'll have her say so in the raising of the children and stuff like that, and we can collaborate together on how our household is sticking together. But ultimately, right, I'm the first right of defense, right? So if anybody comes to that house to threaten, my life is on the line. If everything, all else fails, I got to be the one shamed. So therefore, I got to have my authority, and I will implement it when I feel that or see that is needed. So was he a simp? Now I'm gonna call him a simp, but I believe he's submissive in the relationship. I believe he's a submissive one.
Based on what though?
That's interesting. I don't get that. Yeah,
because he's giving her well, he said it. He's a servant. A servant is what? A leader is not a servant to his.
No, there's a such thing as a leader servant. There's a such thing as a servant leader. Yeah, servant leader. Yeah, there's such thing as that.
What I mean is, the leader doesn't serve.
That's what they call Jesus, a servant leader.
He listens and he takes objective opinions or whatever, right? But he's not going to say, "Hey, okay, well, I'm just going to let you run your own program."
No, the running his whole thing is one thing.
When you say I serve my wife,
Ruthless, hold on real quick. One mic. The running her own program thing is one thing, right? But the servant part is a different thing. He didn't say he was her servant. He said he served her. And there's a difference. And I think that the little bit of difference makes all the difference. I think that as a husband and wife, there's nothing wrong with serving each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe there's nothing wrong with that per se, like he was the point that he was making. But he's not her servant, which is a whole different thing. And I don't believe that he's submissive to her. I just don't get that impression.
I didn't get that vibe.
But I do get the fact, and I agree with you wholeheartedly when you say that if he allows her to go down this pathway where she could just do full autonomy, do whatever she wants to do, whenever she wants to do it, that is a dangerous, dangerous path to allow a woman to go down, and that path will lead to destruction. I agree with you there.
And that comes from a submissive type mindset.
Did you ever get the definition
of? You want to be confrontational. You don't want to implement.
Autonomy.
Whoa. Okay, do what you want. Just, I love you, but do what you want. Do what you please.
That's
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you this. Respectfully, gentlemen, why do we extract so much information and put paint where it ain't from clips?
Because he's trying to make a new painting.
We extract so much that wasn't even said. And say now all of a sudden he's soft, he's letting her do whatever, she's running them up. She's running wild. She do whatever she was shooting with the brother in the gym, fam.
Yeah, she was shooting.
She was shooting with him in the gym.
I said that she was.
Just so I'm clear, is that not the woman that we want or not?
We
don't want the woman that's shooting with.
We do.
What the F is we talking, bro?
And that's a woman with 3 kids. You see her with them children?
She got
4 kids.
Listen, she ain't got no time.
Whoever the sister is that's talking, you spot on. She done pumped out. I'm hearing y'all say 4, and she's still bad. She's still bad. She was on the market.
Kept herself up. She at 4 kids. That woman ain't. She's shopping online, buying Sephora. She's on and buying
Man, listen. I just want the gentleman. I just want the gentleman to be clear. Tell me what we talking about, please. Tell me, what are we talking about with this brother? Is this not, this man earns, he has a kept woman, he has the lifestyle, he's building businesses. I get the market and stuff. I get he may be trying to sell a book, this, that, and the third, woo. And just to answer the question, period, the dude, to me, from what I've seen, and I've only seen clips, I haven't deep dived into their life, I don't know them personally. I'm just saying, for me, he's a good dude, not a Derek Jackson 3.0. The other thing that y'all was saying, that, you know, this is the thing as a people that keeps us perpetually stuck. We act like we can't give people free agency and license and the ability to be grown. So now we got to curtail our message, because if you say it this way, then this person might hear it. And I know my background is loud. I'm apologizing.
You good. You cooking. You good. You cooking.
Our people, they're not adults. They don't have the ability to think for themselves. Like, what are we, bro? Just help me out. Just help me. I'm in my big coochie feminine energy. Tell me, what are we doing?
Well, I want
what are we doing?
wait,
They
Corey,
can't think for
Corey,
themselves. Wait. They
okay.
don't have the ability to critically think for themselves. So now we take away their agency, and I'm gonna critically think for you. That's what I'm gonna do? No. I'm gonna give you the message, and how you interpret it is how you interpret it, and we can talk about that later.
Right.
That's what's gonna happen.
All right, let me read Miss Arissa's comment, and then I want Ruthless to be able to respond to you, Chicago Rilla, since he's the one that made the statements. I'm gonna read these couple of comments, and then after Ruthless goes, then we're gonna let Miss Arissa get in here. Miss Arissa said, "At the end of the day, if you choose your spouse wisely, you can limit worrying about her doing what she wants to do. That will disrespect her household." Shout out to you, Miss Arissa. Let me see. I gotta read a couple of more. So my man Jay Jermaine said, "What's mine is mine, and what's yours, we splitting." Yo, shout out to you, Jay Jermaine. You crazy boy. He laughed about it. Okay, and then Melly Mel said, "Absolutely dead." Laugh. That's how it goes. If you allow it, then hey, that's not my fault. At Jay Jermaine. Okay, yeah, no doubt. Hey, that's how it goes. That's true. That's true. That's true. Jay Jermaine said, "I said it before, and I'm saying it again." He said what he said, y'all. He said what he said. He said it before, and he's saying it again. All right, Ruthless. What up, Big Bad Bull? Welcome back.
So I will say this, right? History is on my side. History is on my side. Because now that women got all these powers, that is sexual liberation, right? All these things, right? They are becoming worse. They're becoming less valuable. They become less of not good partners. They just, all the stuff that men is giving them, they are recklessly abandoning the virtual things of what we call building a nuclear family. That's why they're leading a divorce, right? They just don't have and what I'm saying, they don't have the qualities they once had, because why? We gave them more. Okay, yeah, be free. Do your thing. Yeah, you can wear it, go out the house naked. I don't care, right? Just like Russell Wilson, right? Oh yeah, you know how he looked. You know how he looked because he didn't delegate. Damn fool. She's supposed to cover herself up, because I know that's not a good look for a leader. So I mean, it is subjective on how one leads. That's fine. If you want to lead your house like that, hey, I'm not, but I'm just saying, for as me in my household. Right? Me and my household, my woman's not walking out of the house naked like that. This is not going to happen. Right? It's just not going to happen on my watch, unless, even if I have to burn the house down, right?
Just kick the woman out.
If she goes out and she's in the workplace, right? Which I don't want her to work, but if she does, right? She need to communicate to me. We need to talk about everything that's going on there. I need to know what's going on, because I don't really trust a weaker vessel to be as equal to me. Women are not equal to us. So therefore, I'm her covering. So therefore, I want more. I want to make sure that we get to the finish line. That's my statement.
Okay. Hey, Miss Arissa, how you doing today, Miss Arissa? Welcome.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. What say you on the matter? Oh, we got feedback. We got feedback.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Can y'all hear me? I may have to mute again.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you good now. Yes, ma'am.
Is it better?
Oh, now it just played
still
it.
an echo.
Okay.
It's like
She might have YouTube playing in the background.
You got YouTube playing in the back?
Yeah, you should only have StreamYard open.
No, it's my car Bluetooth that keep my phone keep hooking up to my.
Oh, take it off the Bluetooth.
If you take it off the Bluetooth,
And good afternoon, ma'am.
I'm gonna need a class on that. Okay, but I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay, yeah, take off Bluetooth and put on speaker, and then come back. Okay. Go ahead. Who you wanted to address that real quick? Chicago Rilla, what he just said, or Corey? Did you want to get in there?
No. Somebody else can get in there. If that was Ruthless, he didn't address anything that I said, so I don't have any pushback on that.
Okay. Did you want to get in there, Artichoke Hearts?
Like I get where he's coming from. It also comes across as a bit insecure and controlling at the same time, though. I think Miss Arissa made a good point when she said that's why you need to vet people and again courting and getting to know folks, because a lot of things that, and I'm not blaming anyone, but a lot of us tend to make poor decisions when it comes to a mate or spouse. It happens, you know, but this whole thing of you have to know everything and I have to do, I run it. That comes across as really it's. I don't want to say.
Hey, hold on, real quick. I'm sorry. Yo, Big Bad Bull, what you talking about, fam? Like, you didn't never tell me what you talking about, Big Bad Bull. What you talking about? You never said anything to me about anything, so I'm trying to understand what you're talking about, Big Bad Bull. You know I rock with you, fam. What do you mean? Talk to me. What price? You didn't ask me about no price. What are you asking me?
Yeah, who we talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about, Big Bad Bull? Talk to me, man. Because I don't even know what you're talking about, fam.
He
So
might
you
be
gotta
in,
talk to me.
be in two
I'm
different
with you on that.
chats.
Are you talking to me or are
is
you
good
talking to
people
somebody
too.
else?
Yeah, was it me? Because he said
No, I don't think
no.
it's you. Are you
Yeah,
talking to
he
me
might
or are
be
you
in
talking to
another
somebody?
chat. You know how you be on couple different streams. He
Is
might be
that
on
what it
another
is?
stream. He gotta be because who ain't nobody
Who
else
else
here
is
talking.
attached to? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
oh,
okay,
chat,
one
chat,
chat. Okay,
chat.
I'm about to say, yo, hey, just take that message out of here, Big Bad
I was
Bull.
like,
What you doing,
dang.
fam? Like, what you
Hey,
got
Big
going
Bad,
on,
you
Big
need
Bad Bull? Erase that message, man.
Yeah, he definitely
I'm
needs
like,
to
what?
erase that. I was about to say, bro, usually good, man. I don't know what
Yeah,
he
like
tripping
what
on.
are you talking about?
He in
Yeah,
all
go
caps
ahead, Big
with
Bad Bull,
everything.
please, and just erase that message. Because the only way I could erase it is if I time you out. I don't want to time you out. So go ahead and erase that message, please.
Yeah, delete.
Yeah, remove that message, your message, please, sir. Because I don't want to
No,
time you
I
out.
think as
I
far as
appreciate it.
leadership, I missed out on what everything Ruthless said, but I can kind of guess what he said. But I think, bro, being a good leader, to me, man, I would prefer. I don't like to be over no grown person dictating every single thing that they doing. I'd rather them understand me, what I expect, and what I won't tolerate, and do that on their own, do that on her own, man. I prefer her to move freely and operate, but knowing at the same time that she's not going to do something that I'm not going to approve of. You know what I'm saying? So as far as being on top of a person, I don't like those. I don't like that kind of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't even allow that for myself. I don't like people trying to micromanage what I'm doing. Like, if I'm here, if I'm qualified for the position and the job, whether it be your job or the marriage that you're in, if you've qualified that woman for that position, what's the point of you lording over her and dictating every single thing that she's doing? To me, that tells me that you either pick the wrong person, you got some type of I don't know, insecurity or what, I don't know what it is, but I don't feel like you should have to do that if you actually, and that goes back to what Miss Arissa said with vetting and picking the right person. Because if you on top of a person head, that's like at work. If you on top of this person constantly, they're not the person for that job. You did a bad, you wasted the company's money by training them. You wasted the company's time by hiring somebody that you can't trust with the task that you've given to them.
And even
That goes
standing
for
over
a
them, you
relationship.
might even actually cause them to make more mistakes than they normally
Right.
would.
You
Like
know, look,
it's
that's
yeah.
true.
Go ahead, Go ahead, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Oh, y'all can hear me now. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry, but I was saying it's like your kids, right? When you really trying to be super strict on your kids and tell them what not to do, and they usually do it anyway. You know, to me, yeah, definitely watch who you marry or whatever. And as far as like Sierra, I was listening to what people are saying about Sierra. Look, she's always, that's how she made her money. She made her money by her body. Y'all think so? Y'all
No.
think, okay, excuse me. Okay,
No.
all right.
No, Mr. Rissa, what I was
Okay.
no, I want you to finish your statement, but I apologize. I'm sorry that I was demonstrative. No, because Sierra, if you watch Sierra's videos, the most salacious one that she did was Goodies, but Goodies was not as revealing as that dress that she had with what you call it. So
No,
she
she
has
did.
not
She
she has
did
not
another
especially
one.
okay, that
wait
She
recent
did another
dress.
one like last year, and she had on like these little short, like these some of the
right. She was
smallest
getting
shorts,
married
and
though.
they were like bikinis almost, like her
Right.
whole body, like the cheek, both cheeks were. It was just so inappropriate, and she was married at the. I mean,
Right.
she's married, and
Right.
then I think
If
that
you
she
look at
just
the
had a
pictures with her and
baby.
Future, if you look at the pictures with her and Future, and then look at the pictures her and Russell Wilson, they're like
They
night and
completely
day.
did.
They're like
Yeah.
night and day. She was really more conservative with Future than she was with Russell Wilson. But
Well, I
go
mean,
finish your point.
maybe,
Wait, hold on. Let Miss Arissa finish her point real quick.
well, maybe that's what he. I mean, but again, he still knew. I mean, because I've seen her videos. Some of them, I actually like Sierra. I still do. I like her and Russell. I hope they
All right,
make it.
Lance.
To be honest with you, but he still knew that. You know what type of woman that she is, regardless of how she used to dress. See, we try to conflate. We try to confuse things. Her dressing, you don't know how she is. It doesn't matter how she dressed. He still knew how she was, regardless of how she's dressing. He knew that she's going to be that type of person if she wanted to do that. I'm just saying he's allowing that because he already know how she is. You could be in a church dress. We already said it before. Church women are the biggest freaks. So you can't call a woman a conservative woman and she don't do no wrong because she wearing conservative clothes all the time. It goes deeper than that. I personally wouldn't dress in nothing like that. With the dress that I saw her in, that's just me. But again, he know what he getting into.
Hey,
Miss Arissa, Miss Arissa.
Real quick before you. Hey, salute to you, Lance. I appreciate you coming up. Let me send my boy Lance off. Thank you, Lance, for coming up and coming through, man. I appreciate you with that insight. All right, go ahead, Rilla.
Y'all in these clips, man. Y'all be on it. Shout out to y'all. Y'all done up the production game. Miss Arissa, I'll be 49 in August. I'm gonna assume. I'm not gonna guess your age, but I'm gonna assume you somewhere around that same area, right?
I'm 51. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I remember my grandma calling a thing a thing. I remember I just visited my grandma yesterday, and you know, my grandma used to say, "Now you heifers better not be out there messing with them pissy tail boys." You remember that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, the pissy.
Anybody
I know
remember?
the girls was pissy tail. I thought the girls they always said pissy tail girls.
Hot tail. Yeah, I know.
Nah, they said and my grandma, my grandma would say fast ass heifers, right? And so here's the thing. I get that we're talking about celebrities, beloved. When we're talking to this generation, we really need you to call a thing a thing. Sierra is a thing, and you need to call that out. My grandma would never co-sign being, I don't give a mad mother F what it is. My grandma would never be out there on somebody's red carpet dressed like that. I don't give a if it's Vogue. You ain't never, listen, ain't no smut on Angela Bassett name nowhere.
Right.
That's right.
Only thing we could do is guess what Angela Bassett may look like under whatever she's wearing.
That's right. And
but
we
ain't
don't
no
have
man
business
ever
knowing.
been ever. All right, but we all fantasize about it.
Yeah, but we don't know. But we don't know. Real quick,
Wait,
There's a
hold
classy
on,
way
hold
to
on,
do that.
hold on. Hear what I'm saying? Because you're hearing from a man tell y'all women, right?
Right.
And I'm saying this respectfully. Felicia Rashad, now Howard alumni. She's a dancer like Debbie Allen. We have no idea what Felicia Rashad looks like. We have no idea what her body looked like. But I guarantee you, everybody was trying to figure out what Miss Huxtable looked like. You understand what I'm saying? So when you ladies respectfully, hold on. When you ladies see a thing, you gotta call it for what it is and stop all this covering for hoes, man.
But I'm not covering for her because I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna stop you right there. No, respectfully, Sierra attracted fuckboy. Oh, I said the word. But she
did say the word.
No, Miss Arissa. No.
You said the word. I can't
wait. You can't do that. Either you're gonna call it for what it is, or you not. You can't.
Give me one second, y'all.
But
Give me one quick second. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, real quick. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me just read this. And yo, I gotta shout out my boy Big Bad Bull. He showed mad love in the Cash App. He said, "I'm sorry, big bro." And I'll thank you, Big Bad Bull. You're a real one. Let me give you this, yo, Big Bad Bull. I gotta give him his tribute. Thank you, fam. And then I gotta give him the song because Big Bad Bull Show, mad love. Thank you in the cash app, Big Bad Bull.
It don't matter what the situation. I'm just trying to climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon, you gotta pace it. You can't press rewind, you get left behind. Just grind and the rest be fine, 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 fine. It don't matter what the situation. I'm just trying to climb.
Yo, thank y'all for your patience. Let me just read these two comments, and then Miss Arissa, you got it. And then I wanted to hear for Artichoke Hearts. Let me just read these two comments. So the people said, okay, yes, if you're married, she already knows what you don't want, and vice versa. That's what Melly Me said. She also said she knows what you don't like. And then my boy Jay Jermaine said facts. Facts, facts, facts. All right. Yes, Miss Arissa, and then Artichoke Tarts.
Well, to Mr. Chicago Rilla. See, the thing is, you also got to look at the men that Felicia Rashad attract, and also Angela Bassett. Sierra always dated these rapper type dudes. Like, it's like, again, we keep going back on how a woman's dressed. It's your personality. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter how conservative she tries to dress. Her personality is still going to attract a certain type of guy, and I'm going to stand 10 toes down on
Miss
that.
Arissa, but you missed the point that Chicago Rilla was making. The point that Chicago, regardless of that, there's no way that we should know what another man's wife innards look like. We should not know what that looks like. Like, we should only be able to fantasize and imagine and guess. We should not, the public should not know what that man's wife posterior or what her areolas or what her breast or what we should know what they look like. We have no business. We have no business.
Well, he not an alpha dude then. If he let his wife go out here like that, he doesn't.
So no
check her, then that's
accountability
on
on the woman whatsoever. Wait.
Yeah,
So this is the point I was getting at. No. Hold on, Miss Arissa. Respectfully, you have your cape flapping in the air for Sierra, and you not calling a thing a thing. That's why I alluded to my grandma. And then when I said the statements that my grandma would make, you agreed, right?
Yeah.
And you not calling a thing a thing. You telling me how Russell Wilson ain't that dude. Fair enough. Tell me about Sierra.
Because fast tails has nothing to do with the way you dress. When your grandma used to call a woman fast tail, had nothing to do with the way she was dressed, the way she was acting, the behavior. Had nothing to do with that.
Grandma ain't going out like that. Grandma ain't dressed like that. Wait, who grandma dressed like that?
Wait.
No, not dressed like that. No.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I wasn't talking about Hold on, y'all. I wasn't talking about grandmothers in particular. I'm talking about the girls that they would call fast tail. It wasn't about how the girl dressed.
They sat on the porch all day.
It was
they
all
sat on the
little
porch
girls
all
back
day.
then.
No, ma'am. They sat on the porch all day, and they identified the girls that was not only their behavior, but they also identified how they dress. You can't do that, Miss Arista.
And
if
yes,
you listen,
can,
if you
because
listen,
y'all talk,
if your cape is in the wind,
okay.
wait, hold on, Miss Arista.
Yeah, they did call out
down. I
whole
promise.
uniforms,
Wait, if you gonna listen, if your cape is in the air for the sisterhood, it's okay. I get it. But your cape is in the air right now.
Even
no,
when
but
they
you haven't
wrong.
said
not
one
always.
thing.
Not always. You speak
But you
up for
ain't
your
said
sons,
nothing
though,
about. You ain't said nothing. We dealing with what's at hand. We ain't dealing with what has been. We talking about Sierra. And listen, I will tell my daughter in a minute. I wouldn't want her doing what Sierra did. Sierra come from a 2-parent household, grew up in Riverdale, was the captain of the cheerleading squad, could have been well on her way to college and did whatever she wanted to do in college. She's moving how she moved right now. I don't have no issue with that. What I have an issue with is that the women in this space, when they see a thing, they won't call a thing a thing.
With all due respect, Miss Arissa actually
we'll
did.
be quick to say, we'll be quick to point it out with men though.
But I'm a pick me though. Hold on, Chicago Rilla. I'm a pick me. I always call out men, but I'm just saying sometimes y'all off. And I'm telling you, from a woman who I've never dressed provocatively ever in my life. I'm the one that had a baby at 15. I'm the one that people thought that I would not do these things. So I'm telling y'all, from a woman's perspective, you guys are off sometimes, and I'm gonna call it as I see it.
Okay,
And
let
she personally
Artichoke
said
Hearts get
she,
an answer. Go ahead.
and also Miss Arissa actually, she said, I I would not have worn that. She did acknowledge what you said. So I get that you mentioned Felicia Rashad and you mentioned that's fine, but let's also understand they're in two different, so they're all entertainers, two different categories.
But okay.
So because us now personally, again, what I would not have worn what Sierra wore, and I do think there's a classy way to wear something of that aesthetic. There's a Beyonce has done it. There's a classy way. The way she did it was tasteless. It was. At the same, so let's not. I think we can't compare. You know that I don't see how you can compare Felicia Rashad with the Sierra or
the
Beyonce.
basic point that he's trying to make is the basic point.
Hold on,
Chicago. Hold on.
It's not
this
deflection.
level
I
of
acknowledge.
deflection.
One mic. Hold on. Real quick. What was so it was not really comparing Sierra to Felicia Rashad or compare Sierra to the Mother Queen Angela Bassett. It's saying that, listen, these women are timeless women that do not put, and they're married women or have been married that do not portray themselves like that. But let me just read this real quick. Jay Jermaine said Debbie Allen was banging in that Richard Pryor movie, though. LOL. So, and then Melly Mel said, I'm gonna let you get it, Chicago. If she wear that out, it's because she wants that kind of attention. This a woman saying that. I like Sierra, but we gotta call it what it is. This a woman saying that. Shout out to Melly Mel. I believe
I said it was tasteless. I said it was
I'm a pipe down after this because this is what I'm saying, family. And I'm being as calm and cool because I'm at work and these people looking at me like I'm 30. Y'all gotta be able to call it like, okay, look at it like this. The brothers, most times when we get in these spaces and we talk amongst ourselves, if we having a real barbershop conversation, we'll call a thing what it is, and then we'll move forward to the next point. Respectfully, ladies, we get so stuck majoring on minor that we can't even get past the first point because we're hammering down on Sierra and Sierra and Sierra and Sierra. No, fam, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm telling you, ladies, y'all absolutely. I don't want to listen. I know you may not have carried yourself like that. I know it's not all, right? Not all ladies, right? I get that. But when you see something, you gotta say something and call a thing what it is. Again, that's why I referenced my grandma, because my grandma didn't give a F who it was. She was calling it out. And most women that come from that era that are used to checking women. And that's the thing that we're missing. We're missing women that are used to checking women. Y'all don't check each other and y'all don't do it because y'all know it's gonna be y'all know what y'all capable of. And it's gonna be a knockdown, drag out chicken fight.
I just got cussed out. I just got cussed out on my TikTok from checking women. What you talking about? I know what you talking about. I get checked all the time.
I do too.
But okay, I hear you, and that's cool.
I do too. I get cussed out all the time.
Okay, I hear you. And listen, and I can go back to when I was on other panels and other networks, and I got cussed out for saying I would defend women regardless of what in my community. Right? Cool. I can point back to those things. Right? What I'm saying is, in this moment, I'm only dealing with what I know about you right now. I don't have the luxury of going back into your TikTok, right?
But listen to what we're saying, though. We both said what she wore was tasteless. But
listen,
so we both said what she said wore was tasteless, and we wouldn't have worn it.
You are not. You're not acknowledging, nor are you listening. I've said what I said multiple times to the point where
I'm not gonna call her a whore and all that stuff. I'm not gonna do that. If that's the approach you expect folks to take, then that's not my style.
No, ma'am.
If that's how your grandmother did it, that's fine. But that's not everyone's style.
They're the ones that having babies by dudes and they didn't even know that.
And listen, all of what y'all saying is cool, and then all we have to do is look at the community the way that it is. And we can understand why our community is the way that it is.
Why? Because we're not Ari
Nicole said these chicks try to stay released. She said, "Excuse me, they cuss us out." She said, "I'm too cute to fight ratchets. Too much negativity." All right, that's all.
She right. They pop off, but I don't care. I mean, I let them cuss me. That's fine. But I mean, like facts are facts. But I just think everyone's approach is different, and I don't think. I mean, what one person, if you want to call them whores and all that, that's on you. But that's not personally. That's not That's not
Yeah, and
my
that's not the
way of
point that I'm
talking to
making
someone.
Wait,
either.
hold on.
Well, you kept
I just
saying your
wanted to get to
grandmother
what's
will call
effective.
people
One
this and
moment,
it's
I
like,
I
wanted
oh,
to
got
that's
get
your
to
Sim.
what's
grandmother.
effective.
My
One
grandmother
moment,
I just
never
wanted
called
to get to
anyone
what's
whore, but she would. The message got across like, hey, you need to dress like a lady,
so what
and without
okay.
having her having to call me any names.
One quick moment. I got to
okay,
send my
so
homeboy. Wait. Chicago Real. One quick moment. I got my boy Corey Love left. He sent the cash app. He said, salute is. Thanks for having me up. I got to send my homeboy out with a bang, and then I'm going to let y'all have it. Hold on. Let me send my homeboy out with a bang. Salute to Corey Love, a definite friend of the show. Definitely a supporter. Y'all, I appreciate you always, family. Let us send you out with a bang. What we going to do? What we going to do? Nah, we're going to do this one. Let me see. I got to go with a funny one because y'all going in too hard. y'all
Having a good
going in too hard.
convo.
Nah, I was just y'all going in way too hard. God, dog.
Keep hope out of my house. Get out. I'm out of here. Well, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Bye.
Oh my god.
It's to my homeboy, and then he got to get the song.
It don't matter what the situation. I'm just trying to climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon, you gotta pace it. You can't press rewind, you get left behind. Just grind and the rest be fine.
Yo, shout out to you, Corey Love. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Yo, I just had to play that one because I didn't get to play that one today. But shout out to you, Corey. Thank you. Now go ahead, Chicago Rilla and Artichoke Hearts. Y'all could go back and forth now. Go ahead. Y'all got it.
no. Ladies, listen. I absolutely love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm just, I do. No. Honestly, I do, and I'm really not trying to be funny. I'm not saying the way, because I do think men get that twisted too. The way that we handle things, we think y'all should handle it the same way. And you're right. If my grandmother called it out one way, I don't expect y'all to call it out the same way. I do expect y'all to call a thing a thing. That's all I'm saying. That's the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm kind of, I'm kind of done with it. I just, especially for Sister Arisa, because I don't know who the other young lady is that's speaking. I'm imagining just from the sound of your voice that you may be a little bit younger and don't identify with Generation X, but I identify with Generation X.
I'll be 40 this
I
year.
know. Okay, I know how to. I don't know what that lands in. I don't know if that's Generation X or the
That's
Z's
a
or
millennium.
millennials.
That's a millennium. That's like right on the edge.
Yeah,
Like right, yeah.
You was the ones that was getting Jordans for baby shoes, and then when y'all grew out of them, they had them on the rear mirror. I get it.
Listen.
See, now I'm telling my age. I get it. My point being,
You
is
want to know
that
how I got my Jordans? By working at Foot Action, smelling people's feet all day because I got a 30% discount. That's how I got on my Jordans,
okay.
and they were for myself. I ain't
So
had no
you was
kids till I got married.
okay. You see that was the connect that was hustling them out the back door. Then
That wasn't me. That was my coworker.
Y'all wish I would have been there with at that. And listen, Alex, Cheddar Alex, what your name is? Listen. On your channel, where you have your own channel, you could do it the way that you like to do it, how you want to do it, right? On me and my channel, we play clips over here. You know what I'm saying? We have a good time over here. So, listen, it's not to disrupt the conversation, but hey, the audience is a part of the channel too. So the audience, the people who support the channel, the people who actually send in cash apps, the people who actually send in donations, those are the people as well that get catered to. So my man Corey Love always show love and support, always show support through the cash app, always show support. So he gets the love. You know what I'm saying? And listen, you can say what you want to say. I ain't see no cash apps or no super chats with your name on it. So I'm a tend to go with what Corey want or the people that support want. I'm just gonna let you know. So
I mean, if he wanted this whole video to be clips, I mean, it's his channel. Like, see how people kill me with that's I can't with you.
Yeah, it's all good.
Why not just don't look
what
at
up, Picasso? What's good with your family? Next over here, Jay Jermaine said, "What up?" Facts.
I think we men are leading too loosely, right? We're caving in.
I can't hear him.
Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, there we go.
I feel like
can hear you.
As leaders, I think we're being too loose. I think we're giving into a little too much rope, and it's coming back to bite us. So until the results get better, right? Because obviously the results are really bad right now, as far as divorces and relationships. Until they get better, and somebody can show me that, oh well, you know what? Me being more relaxed and letting my partner have way more reign and overall is a better number, then I can't believe. I believe it's to detriment.
Hey, Sherelle, how you doing, Sherelle? What's going on?
No. Number one, we got the world of feminism. It's never going to go anywhere. Okay. You're going to have to work with what you got. And you're just going to have to learn how to vet the woman that you want to be with so that you don't have to go through all those problems. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was just expressing though, right? That guy on the video saying how he lets her do whatever she wants. That is just the typical.
That's
that
not what he
Well, a woman shouldn't want to do
That is
everything she
not what
wants if
he
she could
said.
value.
He didn't
He
say
didn't
that.
say that. He didn't say that.
He didn't say
He
that. You
didn't
keep.
say that
He
at
did kind of
all.
say that. He
I'm
did
gonna
kind of
call
say
you.
that.
I'm gonna
Rufus,
call
he
you
did kind of say that.
Uncle
Rufus.
Rufus. That's Uncle Rufus.
Y'all need me to play. Wait, y'all need. Wait, hold on. Time out. Hold
Izzy,
on.
play
Y'all
it
need me to
again.
play it
Play
again.
it
Y'all
again.
need me to
That's
play it again.
Uncle
Okay, I'm
Play
gonna
it
play it
again.
again.
Play it
I'm gonna
again.
play it
That's not
again.
what he
Hold on.
Uncle
said.
Rufus.
I
He
got
ain't
you.
want to hear.
I'm gonna play it again. Give
That's
me one
Uncle
moment.
Rufus.
All right, so Picasso Magnificent. Shout out to you, fam. What's poppin'? G, what's good with you, Picasso? What's the deal, fam? I appreciate you. So I'm gonna play this again. I'm gonna play this for my boy Picasso and to annoy Chitter Alex.
No matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb.
Yeah, you ain't sending no donations, so you ain't saying nothing, nigga. All right, so we're gonna play it again. Back to Civilization University. We're gonna play it again. You know what I'm saying? So here it goes. For the people who haven't seen it, fair use. Let me get my fair use button out. Fair use. And this is the brother saying what he got to say. All right. Here we go. Without further ado.
I still feel though, as the man, I am the leader of my household. Right. But as the leader, that doesn't mean that I just tell everybody what to do. My first responsibility as the leader is to make sure everyone is okay. Right. So I have to be of service to my wife. You see what I'm saying? When you say things like that, I have to be of service to my wife. The trigger word for people is like, oh, he wants to serve his wife. He's a simp. And then you have all the detractors who call you a simp because you, as a leader, want to serve your wife, right? Then there's a woman, if she says, no, I want to serve my husband, they tell her she's submissive and you're setting women back. In our relationship, and it only works in ours because we've agreed to these power dynamics, I'm the man, I'm the head of the household, I lead. We both make a lot of money. I pay all the bills in the house.
Subtle flex.
Right, it's subtle flex. But because I did make a post, I said, I realized the greatest flex I could ever have is when my wife is kept, but she keeps making money. You see what I'm saying? As the leader, when we both make money, I take care of the family, I take care of our wealth planning, I take care of our legacy building. Whatever money she makes is hers. She can do whatever she wants to do with it. So is she really being submissive and being controlled? No, because she has the opportunity if she wants to go somewhere else. But me being a leader and being in that position of power is giving her an opportunity to live in a life in a world with full autonomy. She don't have to depend on anybody else, not even me,
or desire anything from somebody.
So when she don't gotta live like that and she can just do whatever she wants, but she still wants to be my wife, that makes me feel good.
All right.
Uncle Rufus, he didn't mean it like
I see
that.
what got the brothers. I see what the brothers triggered about now. The
What
brother
was
Yeah,
said,
he kind of did
"This
say
is
she could
this
do
is."
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
get
said
that.
autonomy.
He was referencing her money, number one. Number two, he also said this only works in our relationship. He did not say this is advice for everybody. He said this works in our relationship because these are the power dynamics that we've agreed to. When he talked about full autonomy, he also was referencing her money. So I understand what got brothers triggered, because for some reason we think that if we allow a woman to have free agency, then we not in control and we less than the man. And I don't agree with that.
I don't know if it's really so much about free agency as it is about. Hold on, Ruthless. I don't know if it's so much about free agency as, and you can get after this, as it is about when you don't have a plan, when one of my favorite sayings is a person that doesn't stand for something falls for anything. And proper planning prevents piss poor performance. So, in my limited experience and anecdotal, when you don't have a plan for a woman and a plan for your life with that woman, you are planning to fail. So, by allowing her to just have full autonomy, even with her own money that she earns, and not having a plan for that money, and not delegating what you all are going to do with that money, or the purpose for that money, or the purpose for her in the relationship, then an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So it's just asking for trouble. It's just asking for something else to come between you and put a wedge between you. And it's a destruction to marriage. It's a destruction to that woman. And it's just a destruction. It just really is. But go ahead, Ruthless. I want you to get in here. And then I'm going to read Jermaine's comment.
And just a disclaimer, I don't mean micromanage. I don't micromanage anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just to say that. But once again, me and Israel, I agree pretty much for the first time. But yeah,
for the first time in life, right? Shout out to that. I don't know what the hell is going on here. We aligned on this one.
Yeah, we gotta have, once again, the structure. Men create structure.
I must be tripping.
And then the women, they fall in line. That's just the best throughout history, right? That's the way it's worked. Now me as men are, I think, minds have been reconditioned to
that makes
sexual liberation, right? Sexual liberation. Be free. Be free. Run your own self-worth, right? Now it's, once again, our families are being destroyed. Everything that guy said to me is part of the problem.
Jay Jermaine said, this dude has that black pastor energy straight up. Which dude you talking about, Jay Jermaine?
Uncle Rufus.
Melly Mel said, I don't know. That seems like a slippery slope. What happens if he goes broke and they need to lean on her income? I could imagine how that convo would go. Well, actually, allegedly they did. It happened before Melly Mel, and allegedly it was a good situation. So I can't speak to that.
Yeah, she held it down. I think, again, as I stated earlier, overall, you have got to watch who you marry. Because, yeah, that very well can happen. Some women will be like, I'm not going to do this. I mean, like when I was with my ex, when he had an issue, health crisis, I held it down for months because he had gotten really sick. But he also did it for me as well when my youngest son, when he got sick with lupus and had his stroke. I didn't work for like 6 months because I was back and forth at Emory. I was worried about my son. He held it down. So it really depends on who you are with. Period. Even now to this day, if my ex need anything, I will be there for him. Vice versa. You just gotta vet. That's what I'm saying. You got to do it. Yeah.
Hey, Jay Jermaine also says Sugar Bum Sherelle has that Sugar Bum energy. LOL. Nah, both of them are cool to me. I love it. Sherelle is a little more level headed than Sugar Bum, but I definitely got love for both of them. I mean, I don't mind. I can handle it. Go ahead, Chicago Real.
No, I was just gonna ask to the brothers, man. So I'm in the back chat. I'm doing monkey flips in the back chat. So this man is supposed to get on social media and give the inner workings of the blueprint for his marriage. Like, I thought he laid out clearly what his role is and what her role is, and I get it. I understand what got brothers triggered. He says she has free autonomy to do what she wants, and the fact that she chooses to be here, is a blessing to me. Now, to me, that sounds like she is choosing to remain there, even though she can go out and get her bag and do what she wants, be an independent woman, be a boss bae and all that. She chooses to be under his covering. To me, I thought that's what we wanted, but I may be wrong. So I just need y'all to help me out, and then I'm gonna leave this part of the subject alone because I'm 38 hot over it.
Wait. Hold on, Princessa, what the hell you mean you refuse to support or help any grown man, especially not for free? What type of
It's your
stuff is
husband.
that?
You ain't gonna help
If
It's
me.
just the
you,
LOL. Hey,
nobody
yo,
said
shout
anything
out to
about
my boy
help.
Killer Swag 216. Yo, what up? What up, Killer Swag? What's the deal?
People, because people don't allot for sickness to happen when you're in a relationship or a
Yeah.
marriage. And that's the thing. And I've been through, especially as you get older, and to say that you would just leave someone or, start to bitch when this person may be dealing with cancer or have heart surgery. I know people in their
She's trolling.
40s who's already dealing with
She's just playing.
issues. So, if that's a life, no, they don't be playing though. You
No,
gotta stop
Princess
that. They
is
don't be
playing.
playing.
No,
I think
Princess
she's
is
joking.
playing. I know
Yeah,
she's
she's a
just
sweetheart.
Oh, she
joking.
Yeah, she's
playing.
funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay. She
playing.
ain't one of them other trolls
No,
down
no,
there. Okay.
Nah, she's hilarious.
Okay.
Though. She's
Okay. My
sweetheart.
bad. I
Yeah, she's
totally
just playing.
apologize.
I
But I'm
appreciate
just
you,
saying
Killer
people don't.
Swag
Yeah.
216. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
she's just playing.
relationship.
Yo, I know Princess in real life. You know what I'm saying? We went to high school together. She's one of the people that she definitely helped me out a lot and definitely showed me a lot of love. So I appreciate you. Oh,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
boy, my fault. Hey, yo, listen, but you can't be no feminine, whatever that word is in here.
Yeah,
You can't be that in here, girl. No,
Oh.
you can't be playing that role in here, family. You got to keep it thorough in here. You can't let people think I'm harboring terrorists. I don't do no harboring of terrorism around here. You know what I'm saying?
There go Uncle Rufus.
That's
There go
funny.
Uncle Rufus.
Call that shit out. My man Jay Jermaine
Oh
said,
Lord,
LOL.
Jay
Call it out.
Jermaine. He been down there clowning all morning.
That he think you said something back. What you say? That's Uncle Rufus. You ain't no one say nothing, but what you say to me? Come in.
Hey,
What you
yo.
say? That's
Hey,
Uncle
listen.
Rufus. Look at Uncle
Listen
Rufus.
so much. I appreciate y'all.
Uncle
Hey, yo,
Rufus.
I appreciate y'all so much coming out and hanging out with us. You know what I'm saying? It's been a blast. We've been at this for a long time. So I'm gonna call it. Listen, I want y'all to each individually say your last words. Miss Artichoke Hearts, I enjoyed you. I'm definitely gonna hit you up and see about doing some more panels, Miss Artichoke Hearts. And listen, if anybody else wants to be considered to be part of some of the closed panels, especially that I do on the Toxic Avengers network, hit me in the DMs. Instagram is Isreal Millz 4183, the same as my YouTube channel, Instagram 4183. Hit me up if y'all want to be considered to be on the panels. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be more closed panels after a while once we get the members. But if y'all interested in being on closed panels and y'all want to have dope conversation like these and even doper, yo, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram and we'll see what we can do. Okay, I appreciate y'all. But yo, y'all go ahead and Princessa is bullshitting with herself. LOL. That's what man Jay Jermaine said. Great convo, y'all. Melly Mel said, I appreciate it. Yo, so Ruthless Truth, what say you? What's your last words, family?
Well, damn, man, Israel finally agrees. Fuck. I think this is something. But I will say this. The woman was made for the man, right? And the woman is supposed to rule over her husband. That's the way it was supposed to be. But now that the rebelliousness is happening in this world, if you feel like you want to submit to the female origin of things,
We got all that paper crumbling. What the hell's going on here? What, you crumbling paper and talking at the same time? The hell?
Then I feel sorry
your
for
own self?
you. So y'all have a good one.
Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, Miss Arissa. No. Yeah, Miss Arissa, what's up? What say you?
Oh, well, no really real big last words, but again, I reiterate again, just choose wisely so that you can limit all this talking stuff that we do. A lot of things, like I said, I hear a lot of stuff that's just not realistic in a relationship. Definitely keep your business out of the street. As far as that guy in that video, if it works for him and his wife, it works for him. It may not work for everybody, but hey, do you? That's what I say.
No doubt. I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Arissa. Thank you for all the love and the cash app, and thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yo, Chicago Rilla, what say you, family? What say you?
Izzy is. Thank you for having me up, brother. I see the movement moving, man. I see a lot of y'all coming up in the space, man. So super proud of the work that y'all doing. Like, honestly, super proud of the work. I'm in the clouds, but again, when I see something, I'll pop in and try and put some paint where it ain't. On this subject in particular, I'm just giving a clarion call to all the brothers, man. We really got to move away. Like, I get the whole, holding each other accountable, almost to the point of shaming one another when we see what we think is simping. We really got to get a handle on this, man, because the same dudes that'll sit up there and say this person is a simp, the same individual will tell me it ain't tricking if you got it. Okay, tricking is tricking, regardless of what. And matter of fact, let me be clear with y'all: it's tricking because you got it.
Because you, no doubt. Salute to you. No doubt.
It's tricking because you got it.
No doubt about it.
Dream. You understand what I'm saying? So let's elevate upward and onward, fam. And man, keep putting in that work, G. I see you moving out here. Salute.
Thank you, man. I'm trying. Salute to you, man. Upward and onward. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Hey, artichoked hearts. Thank you so much for coming on the panel. We appreciate you and appreciate your perspective. What say you?
Thanks for having me, and I enjoyed the chat as well as talking with you all, and I look forward to the next one.
Absolutely. We're going to see what we can do. Well, y'all have a great day. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yo, thank y'all so much for coming through. I appreciate everybody who hit the Cash App, everybody that hit the Super Chat. Yo, let me thank y'all individually. To Known Unknown, thank you. To Picasso the Magnificent, thank you. Jay Jermaine, thank you, family. I really appreciate you. To Princessa, thank you. To D, thank you. To Team Fatty, thank you. To Sugar Bum, thank you twice. To Mr. Black Sheep, thank you. And to anybody else I missed on the Super Chat side of things, I apologize. I just couldn't see it, but I do appreciate everybody that hit the Super Chat. Thank you to Corey Love, Big Bamboo, Miss Arissa, Melly Mel, Rogue Sage, Jay Jermaine, Black Manta, Big Tom 24, Ricky Webster. Man, thank y'all so much for hitting and B Magic. Thank y'all so much for hitting the Cash App. I appreciate y'all. Yo, this was dope conversation. We had a good time. I appreciate everybody coming through. I hope y'all learned something. Hopefully I won't get dinged for playing those things because I did say fair use. It was for educational purposes only. Yo, check us back out. We'll be here tomorrow around the same time. And then, of course, we're over at the Toxic Avengers Network over on Friday at 7 p.m. and Saturday, 7 p.m. So check me out everywhere I'm at. You can hit me on Instagram, Isreal Millz 4183. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Isreal Millz 4183. I appreciate you all. God bless y'all. Y'all have a great, fantastic day. Get y'all some sun. Is it sunny where y'all at? Get y'all some sun. And since my boy, Chinda Alex, don't like the music, I'm going to take y'all out with some music. Peace and blessings. Holla at your guap.
It don't matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon, you gotta pace it. You can't press rewind, you get left behind. Just grind and the rest be fine. No matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon, you gotta pace it. You can't press rewind, you get left behind. Just grind and the rest be fine.